Agony is the price that you pay in the end. Domination consumes you and calls you a friend. It's a twisted ball. Binds your life steel and manipulates the will to be. And it's hard to see how soon we forget when there's nothing else left to destroy. It's a useless play. Your eyes will see the dawn of the day and the legend of the wall. Those words that stare into your soul, ask yourself you will fall. It's domination pushed into living hell. Domination. Yeah.
Show number 268. Is that right?
68?
That is right?
I don't know. I'm not the best to keep track of our shows.
It's been a long time. Yeah, 268. It is June 26, 2018.
There is a show that we've done twice, isn't there? Didn't we figure that out a while back?
Yeah, that we
had
like double numbers. So this should be 269.
Yeah, I just said right off the bat. That's my little pet peeve now.
Is like
I've been doing some homework and listening to our podcast show to try to figure out how to be a more professional broadcaster.
Well,
there's no hope.
Well, if you go back and listen to old episodes, then you're really gonna hate yourself.
No, I don't know. I'm only reviewing like the past year or two. Like I don't go back to those first shows where we just say fucking dick and shit a lot,
or
racism, where we tell Jew jokes,
or you pee in each other's butt,
or peeing in people's butts,
or a big one.
Send us your nude pics.
Wait, that still happens.
Oh yeah,
we still request those. All right.
I think we did it every like 10 minutes though back then. We're like, oh, by the way, if you happen to be listening, and we always thought we needed to go to FMDJ voice,
but we're high pitched.
Yeah, we're high pitched.
We're very young.
We're younger
because we're like, hey,
yeah,
we haven't listened to our podcast.
I don't think we had given up on life yet. I think we still had vigor. Now we're like, we're just knuckle jaggers now. And we're just waiting to.
You want to come and listen to us?
We're like trying to spend time. We're trying to. It's almost like we've given up on life at this point. Back then, we still had vigor. Vigor's a word, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we had that. Couldn't you get that in Zelda at one time or something? There was some kind of potion you could get, some game had it.
Let's go back even further. You know that used to be a car by Acura?
No.
Yeah.
The Acura Vigor?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Look it up.
I never had an Acura, Dante. You know why? I didn't have encyclopedias when... Oh, turn this up. I didn't have encyclopedias when I grew up.
Hold on.
Acura is a rich man's car.
Let me turn the house lights on real quick.
All right.
I had a
ready?
Honda Accord.
Here it comes.
If you get Dave drunk enough, he does that. He does this.
It's every practice.
Yeah. Does he do the... Like, we try to play this part. Yeah, and then we squat down and try to get lower and lower and try to play it slower and slower with Josh.
Get to Sleep in the Wire music.
God. They were such beasts.
This was so evil.
The footage of them playing this in Russia, I could watch that for hours. I've watched that show probably more than any other rock concert ever.
So, yeah, the reason we open with Pantera is kind of obvious, right? For those of you that don't know, Vinnie Paul, the drummer, passed away on Friday night.
Yes, that's...
At the age of 54, which blew my mind.
Yeah.
that hurts me.
It's weird because I was telling Brittany, well, first of all, coming from Arlington, it was, I mean, I'm not one of those bullshitters that say I was close to the man, to either one of them, but I got exposed to them a lot growing up, just being in a band in Arlington, because when they came home from tours and stuff, and being rock stars, they came to a place that my band used to play a lot at, and they always had their friends in Pump Jack come play, and we'd open up for them. So it was sad because I'm telling Brittany these stories again that she's heard 1,000 times. And when you tell these stories, you start to realize that a lot of your idols that you grew up have passed on, man.
Are
They're
starting
gone.
to.
Yeah. It's like, and it was funny because I was watching, when the news broke, I was watching Ozzy and Jack. You watched that show yet? It's on,
Yes.
You guys seen that?
I've
That's the
seen
one
a
where they're
couple times.
traveling around.
Yeah. It's like Ozzy.
They were
is,
out the racetrack
Oh, yeah?
for one of the NASCAR events.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Well, Jack's, it's funny because Jack's wife is a Louisiana girl. And, like, she was in a Blink-182 video. She's anyway, they're going through the country, all these small places and everything, traveling together. Well, there was, I started geeking out on them a little bit and seeing, what the story was behind this new reality show, because I was a big fan of the Osbournes. And so I was just watching them, messing around, checking it out and stuff. And Ozzy said, because Ozzy's been sober for 5 years, and he was saying at the same time the news broke. I'm reading Ozzy about the same time that the news broke about Vinny. I'm reading Ozzy and stuff, and he's going on saying one day he woke up and he was talking to Sharon. And he's like, "All my drinking buddies are dead," and he's like. And I didn't know he had been that Ozzy's been sober for 5 years. And so I started thinking, and I was like, dude, actually, all my rock, like, probably, I haven't done the numbers, but I would bet that it's close to 50% of my rock and roll idols and my metal idols are starting to pass away or are already passed away. It's weird. I think we're getting old, man, is what I'm trying to say.
This was kind of shocking. I wasn't expecting that to come up in my feed, or what it was I got a text message and was like, "Hey, did you know?" from a guy I work with, I think. "Hey, did you see this?" And then I went looking, and everybody was already posting about it and stuff, and no one knew why.
How many personal messages did you get?
A lot.
So
a
did
ton.
I did too.
And it was one of those things like, I just wasn't expecting it because, like I even said, and this is not to be dark, or Rex hasn't been doing good at all, and he's had all sorts of issues, and he's talked about them, like how close he's come to death, and I was really expecting like him to be the next one that something would happen, or Phil would be
the first
something
one
would happen to Phil because he's got a
well,
mouth.
yeah, in the 90s, if you saw the band play live and you kept up with them, you were thinking the whole time that Phil wasn't gonna make it through life.
Yeah,
but
which
he's the one.
He did die at one of the shows I was at.
Yeah, I think he's died twice actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Phil is the one that kind of got to a point where he ostracized himself and kind of took himself out of the rock and roll scene and moved down to New Orleans, and he stays busy with his label, and he stays busy with his music, and every once in a while you'll see a video of him falling off the wagon like the White Lightning night. But then he seems to go back and get his shit in order and fucking hammer down on his health. I think he paid a lot of attention to his health more than, but I think him just moving out too probably helped him too.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, it was weird.
There's no way.
There's
no way that you would have dreamed in the 90s that the Abbott brothers would not be around to get, like, there's no way that they were going to be the first two that passed away.
I never would have, if I was to gamble on it, I never would have put them down as the first one.
Especially seeing Rex at times look like.
Well, my first would have been Phil. I would have been right there with you.
Yeah.
But like back in their heyday when all four of them, I would have been like,
The
Phil's
Abbott brothers.
insane.
Yeah. And
All the other guys seem to be sometimes cool and collective. They're not super crazy. They just like to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, the most that might happen is a DWI or something, but Phil's insane.
Yeah. Well, he's still
he's
insane.
Not gonna live. Yeah, he's still insane. But yeah.
I love him, man.
But
I love Pantera. I love all the guys in Pantera, and it hurt. I was like you. It caught me by surprise, but it was really weird because I told you what I was talking about with Ulrich driving home from a run the same day. But I don't know, man. It's one of the, I think the coolest thing what I loved about Vinnie Paul. I mean, a badass drummer, like cutting edge. Like he was the one that brought the groove to metal, and did it still in a tech way. I mean, he still was a technical drummer, but he also just would lay a solid groove down. And the thing that was really cool that I liked about Vinnie Paul was, in all his bands, was his downtime. You'd hear him just rattle off like a just fucking around. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, most guys dream about doing that in their song, and he's just fucking around in between songs.
Yeah.
Like,
well, like
oh,
the
wow.
beginning of Domination right there, where he just does that roll and then
Mhm.
screams out, "Fart stinks like a motherfucker."
yeah.
And they kick in.
And it's funny because back in
Rex
the
farted
day,
on him.
when everybody started doing blast beats, he was kind of like, man, I'm kind of getting over blast beats. Because he was the one that kind of made him mainstream, kind of.
Well, the thing with Pantera was when the metal gods of like Anthrax was going through all sorts of bullshit, breaking up. Slayer was kind of
Identity crisis.
Slayer was having a slump, an identity crisis. Metallica was becoming pussified with the Black
Cut
Album
their
and
hair.
everything. Cut their hair and doing load and reload and all that stuff. Pantera was keeping it hardcore
Yeah. And proud of it.
and was proud of it.
Yeah.
It was, they were, I don't even know how many times I saw them.
Yeah. I was trying to think of all the times that I'd seen Pantera.
I did pull it up because we were talking about this pre-show earlier.
Well, we talked about it a couple of shows ago, too, about what shows you had seen the most, and you had mentioned that Pantera was
Pantera's
right there
right up
behind
there.
Nine Inch Nails. And
And what was cool about them being local boys is they didn't roll around. Of course, everybody around here rolled the red carpet out for them, but they didn't seem to like it. They just wanted to show up at places and hang out.
Yeah.
And not have attention on them. Like
Curtain Club.
Curtain Club.
Yeah, I would see
Broncos.
them. Yeah. See, yeah, they'd come into Broncos and
They'd
watch
show
Whiskey
up at
Dick.
Broncos and hang out. They'd show up at
Yeah.
the Rail and
Mhm.
hang out, you know, off the wall places. The night we were one of the first, right when the podcast was getting started, and we had a little meeting over at Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah.
in Bedford.
There's Chad Gray and
All of
what's
them.
his name? The
Vinny
Hell
was
Yeah
over there.
guys.
All the Hell Yeah guys were
Yeah.
in there.
And Vinny,
sitting
yeah.
across there, Vinny was sitting there. And that's when I made the comment, like, why is there so much Hell Yeah going on? And then we look across the bar because that's all they were
when I-
playing.
Yeah, I offended homeboy from Mudvayne,
Yeah.
Chad.
Chad-
And his name Chad Gray, or is that
I think that's his name.
Slipknot's? But
No.
that's Paul Gray, right?
That's the one that died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't shy to go hang out and stay in the community. I remember
Just
freaking
hole in the wall places.
Jay
You'd walk up
Gilligan's-
and they walk in.
You'd be at Jay Gilligan's just having beers after you went out on the town in Arlington, and there'd be a cover band playing, and those two motherfuckers would the Abbott brothers would walk in, and Dime would strap on a guitar and fucking rip through some of the set with them.
Well, that night, the last night, I think that was the last night I've been to Broncos. Vinny was there, and he climbed up and played one song.
Oh yeah,
But it was a Kiss song they played. They just kind of ran through
Do you
real
know,
quick.
the Whiskey Dick video release or whatever it was.
It was
Or was
something like
it
that.
was it Johnson's wedding party or something?
Was it the wedding?
I don't know.
I don't remember the last time I was there.
They
I
were
think I
tight.
know I was there.
I feel sorry for those guys, man, because they were friends, and I know Johnson and Fritz put him on a very high regard, and a lot of people did, man. A lot of people were. I mean, that was all Facebook was for a good 12 hours. Was nothing but people posting pictures. This gets back to what you're saying. With them hanging out with the guys in Pantera all over
Yeah.
DFW, just at
All over.
random places. Everybody got a picture. I never really saw any of them give the bird to, well, no, man, I'm busy. Like, it was always, okay, yeah, let's take this picture.
Well, that's like one of my photographer buddies went to school with them in Arlington and had pulled out this album of all sorts of crazy photos
Arlington High School.
of like garage parties and stuff
Yeah.
that he was at,
Yeah.
taking little snapshots of them. So I was like, holy crap.
Was that the one that worked at Fort Worth Weekly that wrote the first, like, one of the articles about their LP before they got huge?
I don't-
Did you read that?
I don't think he's ever worked at the Weekly. I don't think he
There's a guy on Facebook that I saw that posted. He's like, I'll never forget this interview, and he had done an interview with them for not the Fort Worth Weekly, the Fort Worth Star Telegram. He did an interview with them, and it was right before they went to that other level.
He did shoot for the Star Telegram, so it could have been. He could have shot and written because a lot of us can write.
It showed up on my Facebook feed. So, is it one of your friends? Yeah, well, it sucked, man.
It does suck. And so their last show here in Dallas was July 14th, 2001. It was the Extreme Steel Tour. It was at Smirnoff Music Factory.
I was there.
They played a 13-song set.
You could feel the heat off their pyro all the way back at the edge. Like, it was funny because Pantera, I heard people talking about Lamb of God, how it was like the Lamb of God show that they opened up for Slayer, that badass show that we missed.
I was out of town.
They said that when Lamb of God came on, that everybody just rushed. And I was like, oh, like them old school Pantera shows at Starplex. And, I guess Smirnoff was the last one. But I remember I was back. You know how they have this, I haven't been out there since they redesigned it. What's it called, by the way, now?
Dos Equis Pavilion.
The Dos Equis Pavilion. Well, the railing, I was back. My seats for that show that you just mentioned was way back, like back by the railing, closer to I think I was behind, actually, to the right, and even with the soundboard. But I could feel the heat off their pyro from back there when their pyro was going off. They had that whole. Remember, they had the Pantera sign that was there was flames behind it. I was so sure.
I think the night he died, that Phil died, that was the
Typo Negative, wasn't it?
That was White Zombie
at
right. Starplex and that's where I found out who I Hate God is. It was 1994, the Far Beyond touring the world out there at Coca-Cola Starplex with White Zombie.
Yeah, I wasn't at that show. Isn't that the one? Isn't that the one where they turned over the Eagle van or something?
I think so. I did something really bad at that show.
You want to go ahead and confession? You want to have a confession?
1994, 2018.
That's when I graduated from high school.
Limitations, are they gone? What do you think?
Did you steal something?
Dante, my lawyer.
Would have to advise against it.
What did you steal from where? Or what did you?
If the glove don't fit.
What did you allegedly steal back then?
I didn't steal anything. I snuck some mortars in.
Oh, you were one of those people.
I would always sneak fireworks.
Yeah, one of those people.
Yeah.
That was a big thing then. I remember I thought the whole place was going to burn down during Lollapalooza one year.
Lit it in the pit.
That was the thing. Remember?
Jesus.
What year was that again?
94.
Remember there would be pockets of fire at all their shows. Like you'd have fire here up in the lawn, fire here in the lawn, fire here, fire here.
Bonfires having people dancing around them and stuff, running around them.
I remember one of the wildest days I ever witnessed. It was funny because it wasn't that wild of a show, but it was Lollapalooza. And I can't remember. I think it was 95. There was groups of dudes, and they were all fat, and they had their shirts off, and they were arm in arm, and one of them had a poster that said, "Show us your tits," and they were marching around going, "Show us your tits. Show us your tits." Because I don't know if you knew this or not, Dustin, back then they didn't have #MeToo.
It was a kinder, gentler time.
It wasn't in style to.
It wasn't called or.
It wasn't in style
to
say that you didn't like girls' boobies. Like guys still like girls' boobies.
Yeah.
And they were. I'll never forget it. There was guys marching around the lawn at Smirnoff, chanting, "Show us your tits, show us your tits," and everybody's like, "Yeah,
okay,
all right, yeah." And women would do it. You'd be like, "Wow,
acceptable."
That's why they were still doing it, because the women were doing it.
Yeah. I'll never forget. I bought a fake sack of weed out in the parking lot at that show too.
Oregano,
full on oregano, man.
Catnip.
Yeah. I wish it would have been catnip. I would have got high, maybe.
Amateur,
but no.
Amateur.
Yeah, full on. Well, it wasn't. I can't. It was amateurish, but I'm not the one that checked the goods. I was the one that started packing the bowl out in the lawn. I was like, dude, I don't think this is weed, man. And my buddy was like, no, it is. It is. Come on, man, light it up. And so we smoked about 7 bowls of it, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I can tell you for a fact that was not marijuana, because 7 bowls of marijuana back then would fuck me up.
I'm flipping.
I would
There's a ton of.
if I did that now with the marijuana that the kids be smoking these days, I'd probably enter in a psychiatric ward. Y'all would have to take me to JPS psych ward.
No.
Pray that this
Gallagher explained that. It's not Coke. You can only do so much, and then you just get a headache, and then you just can't smoke anymore. If it's Coke, you can
Gallagher?
keep going.
What are you talking? You just switched the. Are you paying attention, sir?
I'm totally paying attention.
and the drug.
You
and
said that
use
you-
the microphone.
Couldn't smoke weed these days. 7
Right.
bowls of weed.
Right.
I've been
Gallagher
told,
t-
Jason, you need to use the microphone.
Gallagher would say that.
You talking about the Gallagher? You're like,
Would you let me
smash-
finish?
This guy, right?
Sure, wasn't Sam Kinison?
It wasn't
Yeah.
Sam Kennison.
I didn't know Gallagher
He
was,
was-
a cokehead.
I didn't
No,
know he
I-
was either.
I don't know that he is. He
I
was
guess
talking about the difference between cokeheads and pot smokers. Pot smokers, when you smoke so much, you can only get so high. So you stop. Because you're just wasting your shit other than that. Not the same for Coke.
Okay. Well,
So Pantera in 1989 played Bear Creek Country Club.
Huh?
are you serious?
And
That's
then
so awesome.
I forgot about Dallas City Limits being around. Remember the basement. But yeah, Bear Creek Country Club. Oh well, if you are or aren't a Pantera fan, either way, you need to get on YouTube and look up this Moscow show because it's fucking wild. And
Yeah.
especially look up Primal Concrete Sledge because Domination's okay, but Primal Concrete Sledge they show what the Russian military was doing
to
to
the
fans.
kids. Yeah.
Because the fans would try to mosh and they would just start
Yeah.
beating them with batons.
At one time, that was the record show for attendance, wasn't it?
yeah,
Is it
it's
still?
like 800,000 or something?
Oh, I thought it was in the. I thought they thought it was in the millions. I thought
Nope.
they said they had at least 1 million people there.
They would have been a lot better off if the police would have just stayed back. Because
Didn't Phil?
Well, the
Phil
thing that-
popped off at that show too, wasn't he? He was like, "Hey," or was that another show?
No,
He was
that
like,
was there.
"Fucking stop
they
it."
got pissed that and I think Metallica talks about this in Year and a Half in Life of what freaked them out was
Another great video to watch, actually.
because you see a lot of this.
Mhm.
It's the Monsters of Rock Moscow, and they were flying helicopters low over the crowd
yeah.
and spraying stuff on them, and
Yeah.
the helicopters had gunners
yeah, it's
and
Russian.
kept threatening people, and if they
Remember-
didn't calm down,
Pantera's their backstage setup at that show, because there's a couple of interviews with the band where they're in like tents. Like it's pretty cool. I would do what Dustin says and go watch that
go
video
if
'cause
you're
it's awesome.
if you're a big fan of music. Just try to find as many videos as you can about
that
the
show.
Monsters of Rock Moscow show because
So Metallica
it
followed
was
them?
so weird.
Metallica followed them, right?
I think Metallica headlined it, or was it Ozzy?
Whoever
One
was
of 'em.
supposed to
I'm
follow
trying to
them
find it.
started bitching, and they go, how the fuck are we supposed to follow that? How are we supposed to follow them? They're good.
Oh, that was Metallica, and Ozzy was saying that about Metallica. I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Look up the video of Metallica doing "Harvester of Sorrow" at that show, because that was another time that I think a video where there was a lot of kids getting beat by batons.
Okay, so the bill was EST, which is a Russian metal band, the Black Crowes, Pantera, Metallica, AC/DC in 1991. And there is actually called a Metal Comes to USSR documentary that shows all the stuff we're kind of talking about, the crowds and the way some of the troops started partying with the kids.
Yeah,
Turned their back on the military
Mhm.
and started partying and hanging out and stuff, and it's pretty cool. So
well, imagine those troops, because a lot of those guys probably had never heard anything like that. I mean, some of those guys were probably from villages in Siberia, and all of a sudden
what the
you're
hell?
watching Dimebag and freaking Vinny and and Phil yelling at you, and fucking Rex.
and then
ju-
Metallica.
Yeah,
you know, and
you'd be like, "This is the greatest thing ever. I love this country.
so one last thing before we move
Thank
on.
you, America."
We've got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Right here, Vinnie Paul said in a 2013 interview, he said, what would be played? Someone asked him, what music would he like played at his funeral? He said, I'd really want to choose an album that was a goddamn good time, like fucking Guns N' Roses. I want people to celebrate what we've done and the fact that we've had a great life. I wouldn't want my funeral to be a sad, sappy thing. And he went on and said, it'd be a blast to have, to open with, Welcome to the Jungle and to end it
Play
out
all
with
of
Paradise
Appetite?
City. Yeah. He wanted all of Appetite played at his funeral, which
Wow.
that should be, you'll start hearing things soon. Dimebags was at
Arlington
the Arlington
Convention
Convention
Center.
Center, and it
Yeah.
was packed. I wonder.
They're going to do something like that.
Might as well just AT&T Stadium. Let's do it.
I installed all the cabling at that place, Arlington Convention Center.
That's a great story, Jason.
Thank you. I'm here for you.
So my question is, we have another death that happened while we were gone, and this is, ask all y'all, would you rather the people you watch and your musicians and your movie stars and stuff grow old and die, or just burn up and fade away real quick?
No, grow old.
Grow old and die? You'd rather see them
They've got
get old and be tortured?
They may have less moments of pure genius, but there's still moments of pure genius out there, and I'll cherish those as time goes by.
What do you think?
I don't know. That's a weird question, man.
What about you, Dante?
I think it's up to the person, man. They should have a choice. If they want to take it out, if they want to end their life when they want to,
But this is how would you rather them go out, not their choice.
I would definitely not want them to go out via suicide. Wouldn't want that at all.
That's none of my business. We're talking about time frame.
No, we're leading into
We're leading
this.
into
Yeah.
Anthony Bourdain,
No, I know where we're going.
which
Makes me sad.
there's a lot of weird shit about this.
Yeah, I
that
heard that
throws
they
me
found
off.
out that there was not one single drug in his system.
Alcohol, and they said
Well, he never really did. He ever?
non-prescription drug,
Oh, there was.
and he
'Cause
was
I read,
using Chantrix.
That's some,
man, there's some local history with some stuff.
That has fucked
stuff.
a lot of people up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one where the guy from Sorta, or what was it, Sorta?
No,
Or what band?
Edie Bical. He
one that
played
walked in
The
That
one
guy's
that,
house
oh yeah,
got
the,
shot.
yeah. He
did play in
knocked
the-
on a door or something.
Yeah.
wrong
walked in the wrong
house,
house.
kept trying to get in.
Didn't they
the
say
wrong house, and
they
shot
thought
him
that
through the
that's
door.
what it, or
He was on it.
He was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a weird drug. So he was taking that.
Yeah.
So he was
They
trying
said
to
there
quit
was
smoking.
no illegal drugs, and he had alcohol in his system, and
But did he? I don't think did he ever quit
His-
drinking? Because on a show he'd have a drink here and there, wouldn't he?
yeah, but
It was the heroin that he struggled with, right?
Yes.
Or was he one of those guys that did anything?
I guess it was the heroin.
Well, he did anything, but
Heroin was his-
But he
Was the
stopped
crutch.
everything, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
done.
he was in Krav Maga, or not Krav Maga, Brazilian, like BJJ and stuff. Like, remember? I don't know if you heard this. The Joe Rogan show, his podcast show. I don't know if you know this, but Joe Rogan has a podcast show. Dustin.
Really?
Yeah. And he had Maynard on, and he was asking. They were talking about how Maynard was saying he thought he could take Anthony, and Joe was like, I don't know, or vice versa. I can't remember which one because
But they wanted to wrestle or
yeah,
fight.
they had
wanted
talked
to-
about it and stuff.
Yeah, they had kept
But
talking about it,
apparently,
'cause they were
Anthony
good friends.
Bourdain is one of those dudes that once he jumps onto something, it's like hardcore. And he
Addictive
was saying there was a
personality.
time where he was training like 7 hours a day doing BJJ because that's how hardcore. That's all he had. He was like, I'm just gonna like. He trained every day, and he was like hardcore into it.
You
And
might want
Joe
to
Rogan,
define what BJJ is for our people that,
it's not blowjobs.
yeah,
Jump it's
Brazilian
not,
Jiu-Jitsu.
It's not
Blowjob just because.
blowjobs.
Because someone out there
jumbos.
just went BJJ. He did that for 7 hours.
Be a great blowjob.
No, it wouldn't.
7 hour blowjob. Oh,
Yeah,
I love
that
it.
hurt.
It'd be all
Are you
pruny.
kidding me?
I wouldn't give a fuck.
You know how
It'd be all
bored
wrinkled up.
You know how bored I'd be?
You must get your dick sucked a lot
No.
because I
But
don't, and I
7
would love to
hours?
have a 7 hour
I
blowjob.
do.
That means she
I
can't
would
do it
love
very
to have
well.
a 7 hour blowjob.
I mean, she sucks at it.
Dante, do you object to a 7 hour blowjob?
Not at all, sir.
I don't object to it. I just the condition it's going to get in. It's going to be a little
That's a
pruny.
That's okay.
It's a complete
That's like,
waste
man,
of time.
when you have a sex bender and the next 2 days your
Get
pelvis
yourself the
hurts
right
right
girl.
there.
If you get the right girl, it's 3 minutes.
It's worth it. It's
So is
worth it.
my
I
anus.
love sex sores.
if she's good, it's
Boy,
3
do I
minutes.
have a place you can go.
Not 8
Get
hours.
some sex sores.
That came out wrong.
Man,
I mean, I
Matt
love being
Thomas.
sore from sex.
And Matt Thomas, you have something to make a song out of now.
I meant I love being sore from sex. And a 7 hour blowjob sounds great to me.
So
Any-
one of the
my
things
God.
with Anthony
Anyone
Bourdain,
want to volunteer that's listening to our show?
Glad you
Matt
expanded.
Stubbs at JerryJonesDaleMassacre, gmail.com.
you were just talking about requesting weird stuff from the crowd, from the audience.
I guess we kind of
Gone
fell
back
back
time?
into our old ways. We relapsed.
So one of the things that came out a couple of days after Anthony Bourdain passed away was that this is the conspiracy theorist side of things.
I heard this.
Is that there was talk he's been trying to get a special going, like a documentary series about child sex trafficking in the U.S., and had done a ton of research and pulled out a lot of big names. And when that whole Atlanta, Georgia sex trafficking thing came down,
Yeah.
he had came across a lot of bad.
Investigations.
Yeah, it would have been bad for a lot of higher ups, is what they're saying.
Did you
And
get
they
that
think-
strictly
and-
from one source, and it's down in Austin named Alex?
No.
Or there's several sources that
I didn't
say
even
that.
know Alex said it, but there were several sources that came out.
Yeah,
and
I
wrote
read it
about
too.
this. That,
But it was from him,
but they did say that he's been trying to get this
funded and stuff.
story going, and he's gone to CNN about it a couple times, and they keep kind of putting it on the back burner because they don't want the heat.
Man, I hope to
something like
God that this whole thing that's about the Russian collusion and all that shit's about to go down the tubes, and they're starting to get to the meat and potatoes of what really happened. I swear, I hope that is just a bunch of hocus pocus tin hat shit.
The
Because if they
child sex trafficking,
yes, because that will destroy our government.
oh yeah,
If it comes out that, because I've read some of the same thing. Well, you and I geek out on that stuff, and if some of that stuff
Whoa,
is
whoa,
true,
whoa.
like Pizzagate and all that,
whoa, tap the brakes on what we geek out
conspiracy
about.
theories,
Conspiracy
and I
theories
like
we
sex
geek out about.
source.
Let's clarify.
Yeah. I want to make sure we have that right.
Conspiracy theories.
We haven't started our ring yet.
I have a ring talking about sex. No, okay. So let's just hope that none of that shit is true, because if it is, that will completely
It'll-
destroy
yeah, destroy.
our government.
But
Everybody's going, what do they know?
to say that with all those people in government that there isn't a percentage that have some history in pedophilia or something like that would be absurd, because just the percentage and how creepy and weird people are. I told you about on my trip that island we went by and how it just suddenly like weirded me out, because I'm like, man, that's a badass island. Look at all that cool stuff on it. It's called Little St. John. It's down by St. Thomas, St. John, or is it Little St. John or Little St. Jimmy, something like that. Anyway, it's right off St. John, and it's Jeff Epstein. It's his island that he started Bear Stearns and then got caught up on sex trafficking and pedophilia stuff, and
Well,
moved down to that island and has stayed there. And he has all sorts of bigwigs flying in and out of that island all the time, every year for different conferences and power meetings.
I hope not. I mean, I don't see why. Like, how is that for these things to come out that all these groups of famous world leaders and these jet setters and stuff flying in and fucking little boys? I've never really met, well, I guess the one dude at the bar down the road. But other than that, like, it seems like you would come in contact with more of these people that are into that shit, and I don't think I've ever have.
When you have all that money and power,
Like, what happens? You just
why
get
do you
fuck
go
of
that way?
you get sick
Oh,
of,
shit.
of banging hot chicks, and you're like, okay, it's
Like,
time
if
for
you had a shit ton of money, you could pretty much buy anything, any type of woman you wanted, right?
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, because you're wealthy, you don't have to schmooze them or whatever. And there's a lot
Is
of
the-
hot chicks that are only interested in money.
Don't they say that most of the people involved in that NAMBLA organization got a shit ton of money and stuff?
I've never done I'll let you do the research on NAMBLA.
You know what? I'll pass that off to Dante.
Dante,
Let him
you
do
can-
that
All right,
research.
Jason.
Jason,
Jason,
got
you
that.
will do our research.
Get that
Thomas
Tor
is like,
browser
I'll
out.
do it. Wait,
I
what
don't
does
need
NAMBLA?
that in my
He
web
thinks it's
browser
like
history.
like some kind of base. Thomas, it's a base. Go look up NAMBLA bases.
basis. All right, so another topic that came up while
Wait, I'm not done
we
with
were on-
Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, okay.
Bourdain, no. So
We need to toast them all goodbye, both of them goodbye, and Kate
Did-
Spade, because Kate Spade
yeah,
is another one. They said she had a bunch of information about child sex trafficking.
the
that she was
designer.
gonna, yeah, and she was
There was
going
a-
to bring up.
God, surely not.
They were both suicide, but then she also had a note and was pissed at her husband and blah blah blah.
Wasn't there some? Didn't
He
didn't
cheated on her.
Bourdain send a message or someone to a girlfriend or something or his daughter or something like, "Hey, you're right. Life's better off without me," or some shit like that.
I don't know, but on his show, the last show they did on CNN, he did a death ritual with the director of Black Swan
Yeah.
on the show, and
What
it
was your-
just premiered like a couple of weeks
Were
ago.
you
or a
heavily
week
into
ago.
his show, or if it was on, you watched?
If it's on, if I came
That's
across
kinda
it,
the way I
I'd kind of
was.
watch it because I'd be like, "What's he doing?"
And then now,
what's he putting in his mouth?
right? But one thing that I really liked about him, I love that he had a beer with Obama. That was fucking awesome. And where that was like, it wasn't
was
the
Vietnam.
fanciest.
No, was it
It was
Vietnam?
in
at a ro-
Vietnam, and
at
it wasn't the fanciest restaurant ever.
It was just a hole in the wall.
Yeah. And they decided to have a beer. I love that.
Yeah.
Secondly, I love that he, like, I kind of obsessed on him a little bit after he passed away. I went and watched, like, looked at some fan videos and stuff and videos that people had shot when they just caught him on the street and stuff. And he seemed to be what you see is what you get. Like, I'm going to tell you like it is. This is my experience, and this is what I feel, and no sugarcoating. He seemed like that type of guy. I
He-
love that.
He did have a very, he didn't give a shit,
Yeah,
and he didn't give a shit who he pissed off. Because
Yeah.
his supposedly from some of the stuff I've always heard about him was he pissed off people at CNN all the time.
I'm sure he
They
did.
were like, "You can't be doing this. You can't be talking about this." And he's like, "No, I'm just speaking my mind. Why would I mask myself?" He wasn't one to be politically correct all the time. He would just
Yeah.
be like, and he would
he
get
would have been a
into-
good Jerry Jonestown Massacre interview.
and like he jumped all over the Harvey Weinstein thing and totally shit all over him.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of the secret defenders of Weinstein. He came straight out and was like, "Fuck that fat fuck."
Yeah, he seemed like the type of person that had to go do shit in order to not self-destruct and be depressed in a room and fucking watching porn and shit all day. You know what I mean? He seemed like he had to have that traveling aspect to him and go out and do things. Otherwise, it would have killed him.
I haven't seen the one with Josh Homme.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one. I'm looking through here. There's a list of his best guests.
I think that's
Bill
isn't that
Murray.
the one.
Who you want to hang out with?
I'd love to hang out with Bill
Sean
Murray.
Penn, Josh Homme,
I'd
Alice
love to hang out with all
Cooper,
those
So the
guys.
best Anthony Bourdain video
Iggy Pop,
of all time is
Barack
his,
Obama.
Is his Beirut. He was in Beirut right as right when he got there is when the hostility broke out to an all-out war. They had to be rescued by Marine Corps. Had to come out
Can
and
we
get
get
him.
him?
Come get
It's
him.
kinda
Like
badass.
come get like 2,000 Americans, and he just happened to be part of the crew. I mean, part of that group. But he wanted to stay because he had locals that he was staying with and stuff. But
Yeah,
it came to the point where it wasn't possible. But that was a really, really good episode
yeah.
talking about how just their normal life. Because he didn't talk about the stuff you want to hear. He talked about like he went and talked to local people and said,
Yeah.
"How's your day?
Where was he in
You
New
know,
York?
How's your day? How's your food today? How's your
we
how's your
gotta-
life? Yeah, bombs are going off next to us. How are you doing? That kind of thing. He was awesome. I loved him.
Well, if you go back into some archives, there's some footage of was it you or me that was in the streets of Baghdad, or was it Afghanistan? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, we got an
We've
interview
done way too much.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on.
on location.
We cheers to both of them.
Yeah, I'll give some
Both good
coffee.
guys. Ching, ching, guys. Yeah. So this is a thing. I don't want to spend much time on this because, like I said, we got a shit ton to talk about. But it did come up, and there's some weird aspects. It did piss off a lot of people. But the border crisis, the
I'm
shit going
so
on the border,
goddamn sick of this shit.
and how crazy people have got about something that's been going on for quite a while.
Since Clinton,
Maybe even
No,
before
Bush.
that.
It was Bush. Bush
I-
is the first.
Bush
one to sign
Senior.
it. No, Junior. W.
I've spent time down
Yeah, me
in
too.
the south of Texas and seen this happen since I was this tall. So everybody's pissed off about I guess the biggest thing is the separating the families.
Yeah, because he's enforcing the law now.
No one's really enforced the law.
The thing
but
that's
now-
it's never been enforced, and now so they're blaming Trump. And then you had the media manipulation that you picked up on and posted on. That is it is obvious now. Like if you didn't believe in media manipulation until the Time magazine cover came out, well, there you go. There's the definition of media manipulation right there.
from a reputable magazine that should
Right.
be a fact-checking news source.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like Time and National Geographic should be the most
Yes.
reputable.
Yeah, they're exactly.
There should be
prestigious.
historically accurate news sources.
It's like I said, I made a post on your thread. I feel sorry for journalists, like honest journalists and people that teach it up at UNT and Austin, down in Austin at UT. Like, I said like again. Fuck. But it's a joke now. Journalism is a joke now. How many kids right now are going, we're thinking about becoming a reporter or a photographer or whatever that had to do with journalism. But now they're like,
and they're like,
I don't wanna
their
do this.
desire is, I'm getting in this. I'm going to start telling the real story. I'm going to get back there. I'm going to tell the real story. And then
You're
as
right.
soon as they get picked up, say they're good, and they get picked
They get
up by
blacklisted.
a media outlet, and their boss immediately tells them, "Goes, you're not telling this
Yeah,
story.
you're
You're
not
going
doing
to tell
it
it this way."
You got
And-
spin it like this.
If you
And
try
no
to tell
matter
the right
what-
story, you're going to be blacklisted.
No matter what, when you write a story, an editor's going to get a hold of it and chop it up anyway. And an editor may manipulate your true story.
I'm waiting for it to be done to us
Oh,
on our little rock and roll.
it probably has. It probably is.
This
Matt
is-
Thomas is in his basement putting things together.
You think he's going to send them all to the editor and be like, "You can't have this. This can't happen on your publication, your website."
Yeah, on our
And then
editor
who is the big boss that we answer to?
of JJTM.
No, I'm talking about the Blitz.
Oh,
Like,
well, me,
so
I mean, there
you're
is-
going to get a
the owner above.
hey, you and Stubbs.
You can't be writing about
y'all
this.
can't be writing this stuff. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'll put it up if I want to.
Mastodon show. I've been there 1,000 times. I've been to 100 shows.
So this border crisis thing, I got to thinking about it, and you know, I'm totally on the side of families should not be separated no matter what. But men and women can't stay together in a penal system, in a prison system. They can't. You can't have men and women together
Yeah.
in a cell. So if you have a kid, how do you dictate where the kid goes? Do the daughters go with the mom and the sons go with the...
You see, you're
Men-
being way more compassionate than me. And let me tell you why.
Well, let me finish my
Okay.
my where I'm headed, and then you tell me why. Because my reasoning is this: if they did stay together, and once again, I think it's 100% BS that they're being split apart. But if it was a way where they stayed together, and these kids, like a son, went with his dad to a prison area, a jail area, a holding area, he's getting lumped in there with probably some
bad
hardcore
people,
people.
yeah.
And if something happened to a kid in that environment, like say they get killed in a prison riot or some shit, or a
Mhm.
fight breaks out and a kid's in the middle of it and dies, what do you
Yeah.
think's going to happen then?
Yeah. No, it's going to be all Trump's fault.
And, I mean, there's no way, there's no win-win
There's no win for the
situation
U.S.
with
government.
any of that.
Yeah,
And
we're fucked.
Same thing with
we
the
look
women.
like the bad guy no matter what.
I mean,
the,
women
the
are-
U.S. government looks like the bad
There
guy.
can be hardcore women in there too, and they can fight. I mean, I've watched Orange is the New Black. I know it happens.
What really sucks is the way that the media is portraying our border patrol as these freaking Nazi SS soldiers, and they're not. Those guys have their life. Those guys deal with cartel. They deal with coyotes with guns,
And jackalopes
jackalopes,
with guns.
a bunch of drunk oil field workers coming back, like driving drunk all
and
over
you're
the
talking
place.
about
Like,
a,
it's not an easy job.
a level of law enforcement that's probably the lowest paid.
I'm sure.
I mean, they pretty much pick up people right off the
Yeah.
street.
And their job is hard. They don't like picking up families. Like
No.
that would get to you after a while. You'd be like, fuck. I can't like that I'm okay. they said that the picture that was taken for Time magazine was what the story behind the case wasn't the case. But I guarantee you there has been some border agents that have picked up some families and had to deal with a crying kid because she's scared and hungry on the border. And the guys are going, man, I got to get this family to some shelter or something.
And that was part
and
of the
it probably
story
breaks their heart.
Was like the border agent was asking, "Are y'all okay? Do y'all need anything?" Because they do drive around with water. They do drive around with food. And
then
one of the things down there that always blew my mind down in Southwest Texas is that a lot of the ranchers, when you leave for long periods of time off your ranch, one of the things you do, and this was a way to protect your house, because there were a lot of times you come home and a window may be broken out. You always left water and some type of non-perishable food on your porch area,
Right.
or somewhere right around the house where it can easily be found, because there's always people walking across your property.
Right.
There always is. There's always people coming across the border.
No, when I was doing
And
that
a
oil
lot of
field
them
job,
don't
I
have-
saw people walking around.
Yeah,
Out in the middle of oil
the
fields.
middle of nowhere. You'll
Yeah.
just see people. You'll be. My cousins had ranches, and you'd be driving through the ranch on a
Mhm.
4-wheeler or whatever, and you just see someone come walking across, and you're like, "What the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
You need anything? You okay?" And none of them can speak to you. None of them know
Yeah.
English, so they're all.
So here's my hard ass take on it. Okay. And I agree with. I'm in agreement with you. I think that we shouldn't be separating families, and if that's going on, then Trump did the right thing by signing the executive order to make that shit stop. And hopefully that gets taken care of, because that's a bunch of horse shit. You
No,
can't
he
be
didn't.
separated.
He shouldn't have done that. He
Well.
still didn't handle it right.
Yeah. You can wear your ex, I can wear mine. Remember those shirts? Do you remember that, Dante? You remember that?
No, I was
the
there.
Remember when the Malcolm X shirts were in, and then the racist people, the Confederate flag people, would be like, they'd have the shirt with the stars and bars, and it'd be like, you can wear your ex, I
I'll
can
wear
wear mine. But anyway,
Available at
I
truck
digress.
stops everywhere.
yeah. But anyway, here's my point. Now I'm going to sound like one of those assholes when I say this.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Here he goes.
So it's been known that Trump is our president for, what are we on, a year, 2 years now? We getting close to 2 years, right?
Yeah, 2 years in November.
Yeah, something like
I mean,
that, right? If you have your family loaded up and you're driving and you see some sign or something that says explosives or some kind of danger up ahead, and you have your
Minefield.
a minefield, you have your family with you, you're probably, as the father of the family, the leader, the patriarch of the family, going to be like, no, we're not going to go there,
I'm
right?
shifting gears.
right? I'm saying, fuck it.
I can
Let's
outrun
do
these
this!
mines.
Yeah. No, you're probably going to be like, I got my family with me. This is probably not a good decision. I've heard rumors that families are getting taken, they're getting separated, because word's spreading.
It's not rumors, dude.
So
Everybody that's crossing the border knows exactly what's going to happen.
right, as a smart man,
And
you know
there
that
are
you're going to.
procedures to do it
Yes.
legally.
Yeah, you go to entry point.
Or you go to an embassy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's that, right?
Yeah.
Now, so I've said this argument before to people, like, hey, as a man, if I'm knowing that, hey, I'm trying to get, because they're coming from countries farther south
They're
than
coming
Mexico,
from,
right?
They're coming from
A lot of them.
Venezuela
Right.
and
So-
Panama. And
So I'm trucking through
Colombia.
Mexico going, okay, let's go. We're getting there. We're going to get there and everything. And I'm hearing all this stuff. Eventually, I'm probably going to go like, you know what? This whole America thing's probably not a good idea. Let's chill here and let's rethink things. Well, then you have the people saying, well, they have to. They're leaving a war-torn country and everything. Okay,
we got to give them shelter.
let me tell you something. Mexico, and my Mexican friends will vouch for me on this, is not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be.
Border
A place
towns.
you could chill in a place. You could chill right where you're at in Mexico till this thing kind of gets taken care of or works itself out. You don't have to go to the border right
How
now.
does Mexico handle
Well, that's the
people
thing.
coming from
They're way more
Ecuador?
hardcore.
Yeah, 'cause don't they have a border
I've heard
down
they're
there
more
by, like Guatemala and all that? That's
Yeah.
like a little bit more fierce than what we've got, right?
I think they say it's more hardcore down there.
They have armed guards with a wall on their
Yeah.
southern border.
So, okay.
My point being is, if
Well,
you're
so if
not
you're
going to drive to
caught-
the sun if you're in a wax car, right? You're not going to take your family
I may.
if you're in a bad place. I guess
I may. Yeah.
I have been driving down 35 with the whole family before, looking at oncoming traffic. Going,
But yeah, no, I totally get your thing. I totally, and you know what I'd say about
kidding.
their journey? I bet you the worst part of their journey
Is
is
leaving
like
Mexico.
no, yeah, the last like say 8 miles to get into the U.S. As you get to these border towns where all hell is breaking loose, because that
Yeah,
is where the hell's breaking loose. You know,
yeah.
the cartels are set up and everything, trying to keep control of the border. That's probably the worst part of their journey.
Oh yeah,
It's probably getting through there and then trying to
Yeah,
find an open spot
Juarez.
to come through. Yeah.
and all that shit. Didn't they stop
trying to find a way.
filming the new Narcos because they were doing it in Juarez and like their crew got killed or something?
A guy was
Great series, by the way.
he was scouting out locations for season 3, and he was going around some town with cameras, and
Yeah.
the cartel got suspicious and killed him.
Yeah. The problem of the whole thing, the border thing, though, that makes me the most sick is the way that it's being politicized. Like, it's completely out of control right now. Politicians, like, that's who we should be kicking out of the fucking country. Let these poor families in. Let's kick these fucking politicians out. I'm sick of them. They're full of shit. Every single one of them are full of shit. I hate them. They just, every time they talk, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Let's
dude.
just pull a boat up, or
Chase them to the oceans
let's
with
pull a
pitchforks
bus up
and
right there in front of
torches
the Capitol building,
and
and
load them up and
everybody
fucking
get on
ship
here,
them out,
and we
man.
just ship them, and we
Yeah.
ship them to Ecuador and go,
Are we driving?
come back.
Because if we're driving, we're stopping at the Yellow Rose and spending some of their money in
We
there.
gotta go. Okay, and then
And then we're gonna load them back up and we're gonna fucking take them and just say, get the fuck out.
we're gonna go with what's the guy that's on Survivor? The host.
Gilligan.
No shit. No one knows the host of Survivor.
I stopped on Survivor.
God dang
like
it! But you know who
10
he
years
is.
ago. Yeah, yeah.
Jeff,
Tuts.
Jeff Probst.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put Jeff Probst on the bus. We're gonna drive
Yeah.
to the middle of Mexico and go. All right, divide into teams and make your way back to the states.
Figure it out.
We
Yeah.
take all their wallets, cell phones, everything, and be
Dude,
like,
how
come
fucked
on.
would those guys be?
Oh, totally
Freaking
fucked.
McCain trying to, come on, guys. Where are we?
He wouldn't make it that far. His
Oh, yeah.
brain would melt. Just fall apart. So one of the things that I do want to clear up that
just
isn't
fall
really
apart?
talked about,
Like, with his
He
arm-
would.
like,
he would be.
He'd
He's,
be
he's a
walking.
wax human. It'd get hot and he'd just fall off.
Bob Dole. Come
Yeah.
on, let's go.
Is the people that are separating these kids and shipping them all over the country is the Office of Refugee Reassignment, which is the ORR, and they're kind of getting overlooked in all this because the ICE and Border Patrol are the ones that are getting. Y'all are separating the kids and sending them. You know,
Yeah.
their parents are in Arizona, but you're sending them to Chicago and New York and crap.
Yeah.
It's because they get government money. This was a big thing that came up on No Agenda this week, but I had already seen floating around everywhere, was that they're getting paid money for how many people they have in beds at night.
Oh, they're getting funding.
They're getting funding from the government. If their housing is full,
Yeah.
or depending on how many heads are in there, they
Uh-huh.
get a certain amount of money
See,
per
what's the-
night.
what's the square footage of this room?
We could put bunks in here. I'd have some kids
Is
here.
this
I got
like
a swing
10
set,
by 15, maybe?
trampoline.
Yeah, help us with the show. Maybe
could
get
just
a decent
relax.
producer finally.
Yeah.
But man,
yeah, you
okay,
look into this
do
ORR
we have
and
the
see
drop?
what they do.
The main thing is the politicians fix this shit. What's the ticket drop with Dez yelling?
They're too
Fix
worried.
this shit. What's the
Rich.
guy's name? Fix this shit, Rich.
They're too worried
Fucking
about
politicians, man.
they're too worried about their oil money and war contracts. What they're worried about.
That's
and then
the thing.
Walmart. How come Walmart's
Wait.
not getting any shit for
Time
this?
out. Time out. We'll get to Walmart after this. We live in a country where we're free and shit. Why can't they just fucking sit in a room and do the senators and the congressmen and the president, everybody, fucking all of them,
But you're not
and
free,
and,
Matt.
and fix this shit. Sit down. Nobody leaves. If I'm Trump, I'm saying we're having a fucking band meeting now at Hooters. And we're fucking not
At
leaving.
Twin Peaks, and Vinnie Paul's up there with Chad Gray.
Yeah, and we're not leaving until this shit is fixed. Okay? I don't give a fuck about your obligations. We're getting this shit fixed. Why can't they do that? Like Putin can do that shit.
Nothing needs to get fixed. It's that simple.
Well, no, something does.
No, okay. Look, the whole thing is
Here comes
they are sitting
Jason Cantrell.
there. They are
at
sitting there
gmail.com.
trying to go. God damn it! I hate Trump. So let's find something else we can bitch about. That's all it is. These
Well,
are
hold on.
fucking rules that have been there
Then
for 25
okay,
fucking
then here's the
years.
deal. Then
We're
here's
a
the
free
deal.
country.
Okay,
Come fucking sign
okay.
the
Then
paperwork
here's the
and you
deal.
can
Then
go
put fucking cameras in the Hooters, so they can't pull that shit. Make have everything completely open, and what do you call it? Where everyone is open and it's a live stream,
Everybody can
and
see
we're at
everything.
Hooters. Everybody can see anything.
Get C-SPAN
So
in
when
there
someone
to
tries
watch
to
everything.
play the political card, it's obvious to everyone, and it's completely open to everyone. And you can be like, okay, that politician's playing fucking politics. He's a fucking douche.
Okay, well, our news agencies used to be that watchdog.
Bam,
Yep.
Okay,
bam,
And they're not anymore.
bam.
they're not the watchdog anymore.
Nope.
Bam, media.
News was their
manipulation.
watchdog.
Thank
people
you,
would
Jason.
people would
You
take
just
their,
brought it all
your
around.
fucking job. That was their job, and they took it for real. They took it seriously. Even weather dudes in Texas who suck took it seriously at one
Dude.
time.
Oh wait, time out. By the way, we're talking about news. Does anyone watch Fox
I don't-
4 in
I
the
don't
morning
watch any news.
No.
for like the traffic and weather? Do you, Dante? At all?
No.
Dude, they got this new girl.
Oh, I've
Woo!
seen her. I've seen her.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I don't like the blonde head because the blonde, the one that talks like this the whole
Like she's
time.
very
but
elegant
she's
and-
been spugged. I can't stand her. But they got
Last
this new
night I
one.
was at
this brunette.
Zaza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at Zaza having beers with
Having some booze
a
with
guy
my
named
friends.
Dale
and I got
Hansen, and I think he spugged me. I can't stand her. What's her name? Do you know her name?
I don't remember any of the.
I'm
of the
sure
morning
she's a
people's
nice woman,
names.
but I cannot stand her in the morning. That's the last thing I want to hear. That's why I leave the chick that I fucked the night before, because I don't want to hear that shit. I was thinking maybe we could have some pancakes. But anyway,
I don't even know where to go with that.
they got this
so-
new chick though. They
Yeah.
got this new girl on Fox. Woo!
All right.
You
So
didn't tell
here's
your
the
kids
deal.
to listen, did you?
No.
Okay, good.
Here's the deal with all this, though. Is
I would never do that.
this has been going on for a long time. The reason it's being brought up now is because it's midterms, and it's
been-
something else they're trying to frame on this administration, the way they're treating it.
Russia didn't stick. The election didn't stick.
But this has been going on for years. Literally, like I said, if you live down that way, you know this has been happening forever.
Yeah, it's kind of old hat for Texas.
And
Like,
we
fuck.
did have people in power that just kind of turned their back and were very easy with it. But now you have someone that I swear is autistic, or he's got Asperger's. Trump is either autistic or has Asperger's, and he doesn't see things.
No, he has affluenza.
He has that too, but he doesn't have gray area. It's either black or white, and this was a gray area for years of not separating children, just having them, from their parents. But he's very black and white, and he's like, no, this needs to be law and done right because it hasn't been done right for years, and these laws have to be
The
That's a
point-
good
followed
point.
to the
That's a
T.
good point.
The point being that our tax money is going to fucking take care of this when it doesn't have to. We have laws in place that handle this. Follow the law, get their ass across the border.
But there's so
make
many
them sign
people
the
coming
paperwork.
across the border. No matter what, your tax money is going to end up paying
But
for this stuff anyway.
This
We
is
have to
but
stop it eventually.
the thing is that Jason's
It's not
right.
going to stop.
But Jason's right. This narrative is a hot button right now and being pushed because November's around the corner.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is a midterm thing.
It's just like you said. Russian collusion, it's a dead horse. The bottom's falling out on that. Obstruction, that's going away too with it. Then you go to rapist,
Where's Stormy?
the rapist thing, Stormy, all that, that's fucking going out the window.
I haven't even
They're
seen her in a while.
Her
She
attorney's a
lost her-
joke.
She lost her entire estate.
So
Damn.
the Democrats who have finagled the media to spin things their direction are like, we have one shot at this to get this guy impeached, and that is we have to do something by November. So in order to do that, let's make the right wing and
They go
the
back to the
Republicans,
Regency.
let's make them fucking satanic, anti-family, anti-immigrants, and let's flip the House, flip the Senate, and then we can start the real impeachment. This is all a war on Trump, which he's a dipshit. I know,
No,
but
it's a war
fucking
on-
let's.
It's a war on Trump because they rigged an election and they didn't win and they're crying about it still.
And they're
I'm
that's the other-
upset they're attacking someone with Asperger's.
You got a good point.
It's pretty simple.
That you don't do that.
Look,
Bing, bing,
go to
bing.
my house right now.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bong.
Okay, go to my house 5 years ago when my kids were a little bit younger. And if I told one of them no, and the other one thought he could get the
Here-
other one in trouble, he'd start screaming and try and get him in trouble because he didn't get his way.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in our country.
You're exactly right. And here's the kicker. These fucking idiots in the media, the mainstream media, you made this guy. You did this.
put him here.
You put him here.
It's
You're
like
the one that fucking did
Palpatine
this.
in the Senate.
It is.
You put him there.
It's fucking spot on. Great analogy. Great.
You
fucking
put him
analogy.
there, and now he's in control.
Yeah. So what the man? Fix this shit, Rich.
So Wise gone. Moving
I
on
don't
to the
do it-
next
I
thing.
don't do it
in
as
this-
cool as Dez.
In this category is when I was gone, I didn't really check. I wasn't listening to the podcast like normal. I wasn't watching the news.
Oh,
It
we
was
didn't
really
have
really
one
nice.
while
It's
you were
2
gone?
weeks.
We almost did.
Yeah, he wanted to fire. He was asking me how to
I was-
fire things up out here.
We should've.
I was going
Yeah.
pirate radio. I was going to have some fun.
So we didn't, I wasn't listening to No Agenda and stuff. I was when I hopped on social media, I wasn't reading stories, the news stories. I would just post photos or whatever and move on. And I spent a lot of
Is this
time just
Walmart?
watching.
Is this about Walmart?
No. Oh, I forgot about Walmart. But why isn't Walmart getting in trouble?
Excuse me.
They own that building down there in.
I got a sweet ass wolf shirt from Walmart for $4.
They own that building down there in Brownsville.
Why don't they open it up to?
Why ain't people protesting Walmarts for allowing their buildings to be turned into detention camps?
I disagree. Don't drive me insane.
That's my question.
What are you
is-
walking out?
No one's turned their back on, or no one said anything about Walmart.
Man, you attack Walmart. That's pretty much a declaration of war right there.
People attack Walmart all the time for
You
their
have-
wages.
You have pissed off
They're-
every white family in America if you attack Walmart.
You upset every family in America if you attack Walmart.
And you mess with my wolf shirts.
Listen, Walmart is like a drunk girl at the bar. You never want to be around.
Target's the one you're going for
No, you never want to be around them,
until you're there.
and they drive you crazy until you're inside one at 4 a.m.
Let's do a show in a Walmart someday.
You like my joke?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
That's
So-
what I'm saying. Let's do a show.
While
there.
Jason's out of here, I want to play this real quick because when I got back in town, what I was leading up to was I didn't watch any of the social media or anything, but when I got back in town and I started looking at my Facebook,
Yes,
it made me insane.
your Facebook.
Insane.
Look at Justin's Facebook.
Because I'm in these two fucking groups that Dante's a part of that make me insane.
The gamer one?
No.
I like the gamer
No.
one.
No, the gamer one's
Is
good.
he not in any of those?
He's not. I've thought about
Well,
pulling
no,
him
if
in.
it's one of the you've tried to get me
It's
in one
the
of
political one.
them. Yeah, I don't. I do more watching. Like I get the popcorn out and just watch him go to work. You know what I mean?
So I found a
And that's on the
on
like,
Friday.
TV one.
I started hearing this audio,
Yeah.
and I was like, "It's an audio representation of what my Facebook feed is." And have you heard this?
no. Let's hear it.
The Tom Arnold audio.
I saw that in the notes and I don't know what it's about.
This is exactly
Your life?
how.
You don't want my. What the hell?
Hold
Oh.
on. This is
I thought that was a
exactly
beard.
how my Facebook feed sounds. Listen to this guy. He's fucked up on CNN. They think he's either coked up or drunk because he's a huge cokehead. But here you go.
With Michael
Did-
Cohen. I want you to listen for a second. Just look to consider this. And I'm going to spend the
How
weekend
would CNN
with
even
Michael
have one?
Cohen and the president, Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump. I'm spending the weekend hanging out with Michael Cohen, and there's a lot going on. And you've disrespected him and his family, and there's a lot going on. So
Tom.
You said timeout. What?
Tom's nose seems to be stopped up. A little some sinus issues, you know,
There's
there's some
residue
swelled
hanging
up,
out of that.
like his
that
nostrils
left
might be getting
nostril there.
eaten away or swelled up with some white mucus.
Definitely
Okay.
gets
not
to
great
sleep.
beard.
That's good enough for
so,
me.
Tom, you are going to spend the weekend with Michael Cohen, the
got coke
president's
drip.
former
Yes.
attorney.
And I have
Michael
so
Cohen?
one person at a time. Felix Sater, all these people that were friends of him, and I've got one person at a time.
Okay, so let
The
me.
people from Trump's world.
Did Michael Cohen tell you specifically that he is working with the authorities, that he has agreed to cooperate with the authorities in their investigation?
This is exactly.
I like how they think like they're buying it. Like Tom Arnold and Cohen, Trump's attorney, have been hanging out and talking real business.
This is too important to me to F around, and you know the word I'm talking about. And I have a 5-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter, and that's really why I'm doing the show.
That is
And
every
we're having fun
Facebook
with
argument.
these
Right there.
Trump tapes, but this is serious to me, Poppy, and I'm not effing around.
I'm asking
No, I'm not saying you think I am.
Did Michael Cohen tell you specifically, really just yes or no, that he is cooperating
What's up, by the way?
with the authorities?
What's up?
How you
Should
doing?
charges be brought?
Great Good talk.
Good talk, Tom Arnold. But as coherent,
No, keep it going, man.
as coherent as he is on this, because this is long. This is a long pause. He's not saying anything. He's just looking at the camera.
Back it up to the beginning of it and let's keep time.
Oh, I can tell you.
Did he tell you?
It's 18 seconds
Good
of dead
talk.
air.
Tom, good talk.
She leans
She's-
in.
Do
she's
you not want
late.
to answer the question?
No,
You don't want to answer the question?
right?
Look how fidgety he is.
Because
Because he's fucked up.
Will you let us know what you learn over the weekend, since you're spending the weekend
No.
with Michael Cohen?
Tom, would you come on to the
Thank you
Jerry
for being
Jonestown
here,
Massacre
Tom Arnold.
podcast
Thank you.
show? No.
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Okay.
So, yeah, that is all the arguments on my Facebook feed from being gone on vacation were exactly that coherent. It was so funny looking through them. And then I just turned it off again.
I don't understand it, man. I think what Facebook and all the social medias, like the social networks, I think they have really become more of not a place where you make an argument and someone has done their research. It's where someone has come home from work and they're pissed off and they just go off. They don't know if anything they're saying is true or validated or anything at all, and they just rip into something. You know what I mean? I think that's what Facebook has become.
Or
Don't do
people-
your research.
Or people just blindly sharing
They
things
just
without.
blindly
That's what it
share.
is.
They don't even click on it to read to see the source or where it's
What's
from.
bad is there's a lot of assholes out there that think they're funny and make these memes to be funny, and then people think it's fact and they run with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick,
What?
just to reset.
We're going to Space Force.
Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Oh, happy Tuesday,
Jason, happy Tuesday. Dustin.
Matt. How you doing? Happy Tuesday, Dante.
Dante,
Tuesday,
our
Dustin.
guest. You want to announce him from radio left to right real quick?
From radio left to right, we
Dante.
have Dante
Happy Tuesday.
and we have Jason.
Happy Tuesday.
So we're an hour and a half into this damn thing.
I figured I'd bring
Or
us back,
something.
bring it back around a little bit.
Thank you.
So the Space Force was a big deal too. We were gone, and this is a quick one, but we already have a Space Force. Why is everybody freaking out? Like all of a sudden we're gonna have people in space shooting with guns.
I think that
there's already
yeah.
a Space Force.
And I think what they're preparing for is things are about to get a lot more real up there. Like we're about to start shooting like lasers.
Satellites? Oh, you think
stuff. Yeah, because there is a warfare going. I've seen.
so? You think that we're gonna open up the wormhole?
When I was talking to Trump,
Oh,
okay,
at Hooters,
okay. Now I don't do this because I do this because
at Twin Peaks. Oh, you're Tom Arnold. I've got a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. I'm not effing around.
I've got a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. I'm not effing around, okay, Dustin? Okay.
Hold on, let me catch up with you.
No, I've just read some stuff that like our information warriors in the military now are like 24/7 fighting battles with satellites now. Like there's satellites trying to get territory all over our space sphere.
We're not going to be able to launch rockets or
No.
spacecraft before too long because there's too much shit in the way.
No, pretty soon your little drone, we're going to be all watching it and all of a sudden, yeah, like one of those rods of God or whatever.
I found
is
the
gonna-
coolest
it's gonna
drone today, and I'm going to do it to my old drone. It had a flamethrower on it, and it was badass.
Here's what I want you to make. I'm sure this has already been made, but I thought about this. Your drone obsession,
with a chainsaw.
a penis.
Oh no, that's
So
been
you can
done.
just fly it around.
No. There's a porn. There's a porn.
How many times did that go wrong before?
Why
it
is
went
the
right?
Wizard of Oz theme playing when I'm flying a drone around?
Because I just picture you like, okay, the witch
The
is on
Wicked Witch
the
in the
witch is
West?
on the broom, and you're just riding a big dong around the
All right.
The neighborhood.
So I think we're caught up, right? We're good.
Let's see. Tom Arnold's Space. Oh, this is off topic, but
I'm very
this reminds me of the
disappointed
Space
in
Force.
there wasn't enough Star Wars memes. I figured Trump being head of the Empire, looking over his troops in the Death Star in Return of the Jedi would be a big player.
Oh, there's a whole bunch if you go to the
or
military
being
sites.
Commander Hux.
I saw a lot of Starship Trooper memes.
I saw a
Yes.
ton of Starship Troopers, and then I saw him as Thanos, snapping his fingers,
Oh,
and
Yes.
With the mariachi band.
yeah, and they were all disappearing.
That was. Sorry, that shit's funny.
That was funny. The meme I sent out today was funny
Hey,
to a select few. Scary.
speaking of space, have any of y'all watched Lost in Space yet?
Not
On
yet.
Netflix?
I did.
Is it good?
It's good, man.
I used to
Thinking
watch the
about
I
trying
used
it
to watch
on.
the show on whatever it was.
The original one?
On whatever HR Puff and stuff, and all that stuff was on the same thing.
It's good, man. If you don't try to think about the science too much, right?
You got to look over that.
Yeah,
like,
like,
that's
you gotta
not
be like,
possible.
okay, they're just.
But did you
fucking-
watch the old Lost in Space?
No, it was before my time.
So
How
the
many-
Dr. Smith thing won't screw you up because now it's Posey Parker.
Yeah, like
Or
it's
Parker
like they're saying
Posey.
it's Dr. Smith. I
I've
mean,
been
I knew
wanting
Dr.
to
Smith
start
was a
it.
guy before, but
Dyslexia
got-
there.
Right now on the docket is Westworld 2,
yes,
season 2. I haven't started it yet, so
it's good.
Finished
So-
it yesterday.
Same
should I go ahead and go with
God, it's
Westworld instead of?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely. And now that it's over, it'd probably be better if you
Just-
watched it from beginning to end.
And that's exactly now that
That's what I planned on
the
doing.
last 2 episodes of this season pulled a bunch of shit together, and now I want to go back and go,
Watch from the beginning,
Yeah,
all right,
Yeah.
yeah, now I get it.
kind of like
Yeah.
you did in Sixth Sense. I'm
No.
not Shamalaka Ding Dong.
No, I watched that
Maybe.
once and was like, this is shit. This is not that good.
You're looking for
So let's shoot the shit real quick. Did you do anything
That's what we
crazy while I was
did,
gone?
man. That's what we just did, wasn't it?
No, we were catching up on shit.
Shoot the shit. Let's see here. We had a party the other night or the other day.
We did.
A brunch.
Did
which
you
is
do anything
weird
while I was
for
gone
us.
though? Around here.
Made music.
I went and hung out with Britt one night. Allie and I did.
They had a thing. Didn't invite me.
Did too.
Cockle?
They were slinging, and I was like, "Is it like that commercial?"
Oh shit.
That was. never
Let's
mind.
see what else happened.
Get in trouble.
Let's see. I saw Solo.
Solo.
Yeah.
And
Loved it.
it's good.
I don't know why people were shitting on
And?
it.
It was good.
I thought I didn't have any.
It was good once I
major
heard
complaints
everybody
about
else.
it.
There were complaints about it. I didn't go into it with as high of.
I've got
hopes.
main complaint that
Is?
you revealed, and that is
The chick from Westworld gets killed too early.
no. Yeah, I hated that because
She's awesome.
yeah, she's awesome.
What's her name?
Which one?
She's
The
she's
chick
also in
from
that
Westworld.
marathon movie with the dude from the Fuzz, or what's that guy's name? That British actor with the
Woody Harrelson's girlfriend in Solo.
yeah
Oh, Tandy Newton.
yeah.
She's rad.
She's getting a lot of roles since Westworld came around, but the
She naked a lot in Westworld.
and I like it.
Mm.
So
I just get to listen to her talk.
the main thing that
Yeah,
pisses
she's
me
rad.
off is afterwards. I
Makes
love
me
the movie,
insane.
but then when you tell me that, oh yeah, that whole Jabba story and stuff, that storyline, they just axe that. They're not gonna go.
It's
follow
all up
through
in the
Solo
air.
and stuff.
What they said was that so Solo came out. There was a huge boycott against Solo to begin with because a lot of people are fed up with Kathleen Kennedy. We talked about this a couple episodes ago, and they're tired of the way she's trying to put her political opinions into the Star Wars
Yeah.
universe.
She's making
And she's trying to change the way
she's
the
making
Star
the
Wars
Empire
universe
seem
was
like
originally.
the U.S.
The Empire was racist.
Yes,
I mean, it was just straight up. They did not like aliens. They didn't want aliens in any of all the aliens in the Empire had shitty jobs.
that opening scene.
They were
in,
contractors on the Death Star that
when
died.
they were on. What's the name of Solo's planet? Corellia, or
Yeah.
is that what it's called?
Corella.
Corellia or whatever. They
Corilla.
specifically were in the military sign up and all that. They were making that seem like it was the U.S. government.
Well, and
like,
the same
all
thing
that. It was
when
all-
he was
oh.
trying to get onto the ship,
right.
all the stuff
what
they
I'm
had to
talking
go
about.
through. Yeah, it was same. Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. But yeah, but she's trying to put in. If you notice, everything in no offense here,
Here we go.
but this
But they
is
japped us?
my email is
Dustin Schneider.
Every-
gmail.com.
Star Wars movie that has come out since this whole new starting with this last trilogy through Rogue One and now through Solo is all the badass characters are female. And
Yeah.
it's like it has to be that way now. Rey's a female.
Rose.
That pirate.
Rose,
That pirate was
Jyn,
a girl.
Yeah.
Ursa, what's her name from Rogue One,
Mm-hmm.
and now the badass bounty hunter pirate
Mm-hmm.
when she took her mask off is a female. It's like we get it. It's cool.
We get it.
No
Girls
problem.
are badasses too.
Yeah, but why does it have to be a female? Period. Why can't it be a badass alien? Why can't it be someone cool we've never seen before? Why are these aliens
Why
all
can't
look
it be
like?
a raccoon with a big gun?
There you go.
It's a
Why
different
with
Marvel,
Bradley Cooper's
Marvel,
voice?
Marvel comics.
Yeah, but why? And all the aliens look stupid now. Why can't we have badass? Have a
no.
Mandalorian show up. and
Where's
be
Greedo?
badass.
Where's Greedo when I need him?
But yeah, it's a lot of people are getting tired of that. Now that seems to be the formula.
Yeah.
Everybody that's a badass or is held in high regard is female. And at the end of the movie, spoilers, if you haven't seen Solo, who takes over the cartel?
Yeah.
What's her name? Khaleesi.
Yeah. I was waiting for the dragons too. It was like, okay, now she's gonna bring the dragons.
But she
in.
No, we got another
Crap
freaking year. You
dragon.
got to quit talking about that.
Okay, listen.
Another fucking year.
I
Yeah,
forgot what
wait.
I was gonna say. Oh,
Jon Snow got married.
what's his name? The dude. Okay, I was worried that I was just gonna be kicked in the balls the whole time I was watching the movie with this actor that was doing Han Solo. I forgot. I can't remember his name. Actually, I never knew his name.
forgot that it was not a different. I caught onto the character immediately.
I thought he was really good
He did
though.
good.
I thought,
Yeah, he was
okay,
good.
if Ron Howard actually sent him to acting school, it worked.
Yep.
Because he picked up. But the champ, the one that nailed all mannerisms
Chewbacca.
Hell yeah.
and everything was Lando,
Lando.
No.
done
Yeah.
by
No.
Donald Glover. Or
Donald Glover was
That-
perfect.
dude,
Oh,
he
shit.
sounded just like
Yeah.
he picked up everything.
The attitude.
that
So there's-
attitude
The
of,
cadence,
yeah,
Yes.
Billy D. Williams.
smoothness, I mean, he
It
was
spot
awesome.
on.
So that
It's
brings
almost like you
in
moved in with him for a while.
the real only issue I had with the movie was
I love they showed the poker game too.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love that they
the
showed that.
female droid that it was his droid.
The one with the big booty.
Yeah, okay. She was
She was a social justice warrior.
she was an SJW totally.
She didn't know she was though.
It was
until
awesome.
later.
She was confused. But are
Did
we
he-
supposed to believe they
Lando-
have sex? They
Man,
have
he's
a
that
relationship?
he's that badass of a Mac.
I mean, he is a pimp.
I'll bring a term back from the
He is a
90s. He
pimp.
was a Mac daddy, and he might have got
He
some of that
nailed
droid.
That was
ass.
so good. He was really good, and I love when he get pissed off and he just, I'm going back to my ship, and then you just see him. They're all, well, we're surrounded. There's 100 people
He
down
just
there. They're just
leaves.
ready to get out, and then he just pulls off.
Peace
takes
out.
off.
Later,
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck
but
y'all.
he
like
was
my dad when I
he was
swore.
awesome, and
Awesome.
but Han Solo, I thought I was ready to get kicked in the nuts the whole show, and I thought he did really good. I was
I
pleasantly
liked the
surprised.
movie.
by
I thought it was really
a
good for what it
movie,
was. The cameo.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, did you like the cameo? The hologram cameo? Won't give it away.
I'm thinking.
well,
What?
At the end, there was a hologram cameo. She's
Oh,
talking
yeah.
to him.
did it confuse you? Your timeline?
At first,
Oh,
you only
does it
see
confuse you?
you only see him from
So,
chest up, and then
right.
as you zoom out,
See the metal. laser.
Isn't he dead?
no,
No, he's not.
not if you watch Rebels.
Which I am watching.
So he's in.
Actually,
Rebels.
I'm in the Attack of the, or I'm doing the first series.
the Clone Wars.
Yeah, the Clone Wars.
Which one though?
The very first.
No, there's two versions of Clone Wars.
I'm doing the one that's they introduce the
long
clone.
one.
Yeah, the
Okay.
long one is the one I'm doing right now. So you're saying that I'm
Then
going
you
to
don't
be
get to see
Darth
Dirge.
Maul. I'm going to get explained what
Yeah.
happened
Yep.
pretty soon. Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all knew that
That
because I was
yeah.
like, "What the fuck? What's he doing there?"
and then you see his robotic spider legs.
Which you got to look.
He ruined my dream of the double lightsaber for the record. Just for the record.
How do you do
He got
that?
his ass kicked pretty good.
That was one of the best fights ever.
Yeah, but
He took on 2 guys,
He
killed one
shouldn't
of them.
lose with a double lightsaber.
Why? It's a lot to swing around. I would want to. I'd break them apart.
If there was a villain from the galaxy of heroes that landed on Earth and started killing people, wouldn't he be the scariest motherfucker out of all of
the way
them?
he looks.
Yeah, all the like Darth Vader and stuff. He's scary and stuff, but I'd be like, man, that's Darth Vader.
Now, see what I thought
But if
was
Darth
going to
Maul
happen.
came on and started walking down the street,
That's
I'd
who you just
fucking
shoot him
haul
first.
ass.
What's his name? That was the head honcho of the
AR-15,
Cartel.
You just shoot his ass first.
What's his name?
Modern Warfare,
it-
right there.
Todd something or Tom something, but he was
Tom
the
Selleck?
Tom Green?
no, he was the head honcho
Tom
of the
Arnold.
cartel. I thought he was going to start when you start seeing his face.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you start seeing lines, and I was
he
like,
was gonna be.
he's going to be whatever
related-
Darth Maul is.
Yeah.
I can't remember that race, but yeah. Anyway,
That's a race, not a
They like the scars on the face.
redone bioengineering thing.
no, they're a race.
They like the scars.
That's
Disney
awesome.
Disney is big on the scars on the face.
They tattooed themselves a
You
certain
know that?
way, and or their skin.
Because I thought it
tattooed
was
a certain way.
wasn't
awesome.
it scarring? Wasn't tattoos? I think it was scarring, wasn't it?
Well, his looked like scarring, but there's some weird way that
But
that all
Disney,
went down because
When you're a
there's
Sith
a whole
Lord-
backstory with Maul when
When you're a Sith
Episode 1
Lord,
came out.
but Disney has
You amp
shoehorned
everything up
that
just a little bit.
in almost every one that they've done,
and Indiana Jones.
which
We watched that the other day.
is tied into Star Wars. Go ahead and tell them, Dustin. Tell them the story.
I've done it
Tell
before.
them the story.
Everybody knows I've done
Tell
it
the
before.
story again. Tell the story,
But
Daddy.
Indiana Jones is what is going on in Han Solo's head when he's frozen in carbonite.
I love that story.
Dear God.
Between Empire and Return.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
he's frozen in carbonite, that's his dream state.
Now, if
is
you wanna-
him being
and
an
then-
archaeologist
and
in the
then-
I love it.
1940s
And then you
against
get
Nazis.
sad when you realize that in real life he hated Star Wars and actually loved Indiana Jones.
Actually, he's come around and said that he really did love Star Wars because
So why did he say that then?
he keeps showing up to the set all the time and hanging out.
Because he got laid last time he was on set. He was doing Leia back in the day.
Harrison Ford?
He was on the set in The Force Awakens and didn't get laid. He has.
I have a question.
Maybe.
Did he?
What's her
So you're talking about the
He's
whole
Harrison
series, though.
Ford.
Like River Phoenix was in his dream too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
everything.
And Sean Connery.
Yeah, that's his dad. The whole all the movies and
What
the
a
TV show.
Sweet ass dream, man.
The Young Adventures of
What
Indiana
kind
Jones.
of blaster does Sean Connery carry?
You cheat, Dr. Jones.
I
You
don't know.
cheat.
You call
That's
him
in there.
Dr. Jones, dog.
Yeah.
So on my cruise, something crazy happened, and I wanted to play this for y'all.
You jumped off.
No,
He'd be dead. It's only like 900 feet up.
yeah, this ship was huge, and that you would die.
There's
when
no
you hit the water.
surviving that
There's
one,
no
huh?
surviving that one. 18 stories up. There's no surviving.
And if you did, you'd be sucked into the vortex of the galaxy.
I joked around because we ported out of Cape Canaveral, right there where the NASA
Bermuda
is.
Triangle.
We went to the Bermuda Triangle, and there was a Carnival ship the night before, and I was like, man, that's a really big ship. And it turned out it was the biggest of the Carnival fleet. And the next morning, when we went to our ship, and it was parked next to this Carnival ship and dwarfed it, it was ridiculous. We dwarfed naval ships that were sitting in the ports we went to.
That's what you see when you get on a guided missile cruiser, which is a support ship, and then you see the aircraft carrier pull up beside you. You're like, Jesus Christ, what just happened?
We sat beside a guided missile cruiser.
They're small. They're big, but they're
They're
small
big,
compared to the
but
big ones.
When we were looking down on them and
Yeah.
watching those guys clean the deck,
Yeah.
it was stupid. And if you want to get your 10,000 steps in an hour, you take this cruise. Because walking from one end of the ship to the other was an expedition. You packed a backpack and a meal
So
and a change of clothes, and
okay, so
it wasn't that bad.
tell me
but-
about the casinos.
Yeah, what about 'em?
Are they full-on
Spend a lot of
casinos? You can play poker or anything?
Play anything.
I'm coming around on this.
You can play anything, and this one was huge. It was gigantic because it was a big boat, but
It's
it
a
was like
fucking
it was
city.
this was a floating city, but it was the whole bottom deck. But yeah, you can play anything you want. They had a big poker tournament while we were there, and they have blackjack tournaments. And
That's right. I lose money quick. Blackjack, it goes quick.
we played roulette a lot, and
Well, that's fine.
I was just too much of a pussy to get on the craps table there. That's how you make money. I was watching this
If you're hot.
Japanese guy one day
Why do you have to be Japanese?
He threw down $100, and when he left the table, he was $8K up.
Damn.
In craps. And we had a badass thrower, too. He was this hardcore Guido Italian guy with his shirt open and chains and stuff.
Oh,
And he kept holding the dice a certain way and blowing, and he'd go on a 30-minute run.
damn.
Yeah, and people were like, oh, my God.
So we're gonna do cruise talk, right?
Uh-oh.
I'm just
Not really, but I just
wondering.
wanted to say that.
See,
we
now
can
you're
do this.
talking.
Here we go. Hurricane Emma. A year ago, the islands are still destroyed.
Damn.
St. Martin is the only place that was open was the beach where the airplane flies in and another resort beach. The rest of the island is fucked.
So how do I get them there to go do telecom work?
Good question, because St. John needs it. And, you know, we used to send our guys
I
down
know.
there. That is an AT&T territory.
No 5G down there right
no.
now.
And
There's not a G at all.
when we went to our
Well,
excursion,
there's a G of something.
we took a boat over to St. John, a little boat over to St. John, and took our excursion in a bus around the backside of the island. Poles are laying on the ground. There's cable everywhere. Some parts of the island
So,
have no
like,
electricity.
Laying there to be placed or torn up?
Torn up
Oh,
still.
okay.
Cable twisted. Problem is you can't get anything down there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
It's
easy.
a complete pain in the ass. And it takes forever. And I think they're wanting to roll berry fiber all over the island anyway.
Makes sense. If
Why
you're going
not?
to do it right.
And then next hurricane comes in and puts everything deep underground. But yeah, I'd look for a job over there. I'd go. And then you can be by Jeff Epstein's island of little boys.
It'd probably be easier to get work in Puerto Rico right now, Jason.
They're
If that's
not,
what you wanted
they're
to
not,
do.
I've got
If you
friends
wanted
that
to
are
go.
over there, and they've been on hold for 6 months. Sitting.
Okay,
wasting
maybe not
money.
then. Fuck me.
They're not letting them start.
Are they getting paid to sit there?
Some of them.
That sounds like a job for me.
No, not enough.
Kidding.
Why not?
No, they're getting paid like their room and board.
Huh.
Barely.
So while I'm over there, I start getting one night my phone blows up like
Uh-huh.
crazy. Like people are texting me, "Hey, you're on the news. Hey, I just saw you on the news. Hey, it was cool. You're on Channel 8."
While you're on the cruise boat?
While I was on a cruise. You're on Channel 8. Hey, your name keeps popping up on Channel 8. Hey, it's popping up on CBS 11, and then across the country, and then on Sports Illustrated because one of the cheerleaders
Oh, the lawsuit?
Uh-oh.
filed
Yeah.
a lawsuit, and in almost every story, a bunch of my photos are in it, and they put credited, and my name is gigantic across the top of the screen. Like, they picked the biggest font in their little chroma key thing,
Yeah.
and people are sending me screenshots and stuff, and I was like, oh, shit.
Well, that's awesome. I would think that's good for your career, your photography career.
I mean,
Maybe you'll
it's
be
good,
working for
but it's a
Playboy.
bad start.
Oh, wait, Playboy doesn't take pictures anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Well, not
I wouldn't want to work for Playboy. That's stupid. You know how easy it is to take pictures of half-naked chicks? There's no struggle. Give me
What?
something with a challenge.
Yeah, okay. Hustler.
Now we're talking.
Hey, you got to get weird angles and stuff.
I want to, because you got to get up in there. Kidneys.
I'm sorry.
Rough and Raunchy.
What? Wait,
That's a 70s magazine.
go ahead. Explain that again.
Got to get those kidney shots.
Like the side of the woman's back, or like the lower back, or
No,
something. Is that
from
what
the
you're
inside
talking
out,
about?
buddy.
What are you talking?
We're talking
about here?
internal examination.
Dustin, you're hired.
I'm looking for kidney stones. Make sure your GI tract.
I'm not
is
sure.
okay.
You come home from work, you're like, I'm not sure if I'm a medical photographer now or a pornography photographer. It's kind of one and the
It's
same.
kinda
I'm fairly
strange.
certain I could be a gynecologist.
Does the set always stink?
I bet you have more bad days than good days at the old gynecology office.
That's how you keep from cheating on your wife. Everything stinks. Just tell yourself that going in.
Huh.
Yeah.
Everything smells like the underside of a burqa over in Iraq.
Just tell yourself every
Everything.
woman's had a dick on the side of her
Everything.
face.
Huh. I do that every day anyway. You just walk around. You're at the doctor and you see the receptionist. You're like,
She's had a dick on the side of her face at one point.
at some point.
Deep thoughts with Dustin
But the
Schneider.
same thing is you can walk around a guy and go, that guy's begged for sex one time in his life. Every guy has.
That guy's pulled the sheets off of his wife, looked at her butthole, and rubbed one out at some point in his life.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think so.
The Baptists don't do that.
That guy has pulled his junk out and has stuck it in the crease behind her knee
And
while
just
she
went
was
to
sleeping
town.
and just went to town.
So we went to DirecTV now, and we have JDub TV on there.
That guy right there, Dustin, as soon as his wife left to the grocery store, he immediately went to the dirty clothes, pulled out her underwear, and shoved them in his mouth and started whacking off.
Well, that's getting a little too personal there, Matt.
Did you hear that, Britt? That's what happens every day when you leave for work.
You've already confessed about that on an earlier episode.
You got a piss flake on the side of your mouth.
All right.
Wow.
Sorry, we went X-rated.
So we
I'd
went
like
to
to apologize to all Dustin Schneider fans.
we went to the Fort Worth Weekly Music Awards showcase. We didn't record any audio.
It was awesome.
It was a great time. Saw a bunch of our friends. Didn't record a goddamn thing because there are other podcasts out there that do that, and you can go listen to them. So go listen to Funky Town Podcast and find out what happened. But take our word on it.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. We had a blast.
Man, I got to talk about one band, though.
Pinkish Black.
Yes.
Husker Du?
Man, I haven't seen a Pinkish Black show since
That
the
band's
album.
changed.
Yeah, and it's getting better. And just like every time I see that band. I love those guys. I love their music. Their music is awesome.
So I've been, a lot of pictures have been popping up in my feed and stuff from the award ceremony. Can we pull this down?
Oh, we're done with Cruise Talk?
Yeah, we're done with
Oh,
this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry.
But- And Pinkish Black, methinks, Vandaliers had a gigantic ass crowd.
A lot of them were female.
And,
a lot of them were hot.
All the other places look kind of empty.
I have to be honest with you. That's the most women I've ever seen checking out
Pinkish Black.
the Methinks. No, I've seen some women show up for the Pinkish Black.
There is some odd asphyxiation. Wait, that's when you. There's some odd fixation. Asphyxiation is when you choke yourself
like
and
watching a
commit
car
suicide.
wreck, dude.
Put the lemon in your mouth.
You can't turn away.
No, but no, women. There are women that really like Pinkish Black, and then there are women that don't
Yeah.
at all. Because we gave a leaf hell about this.
Brittany has turned her back on them as well, man. I love Pinkish Black.
Because you only play them around the house when y'all are
I'm trying to lift the
making love.
blankets, when I'm trying to lift the sheets up and look at her pooper. I didn't expect the show to be like this, guys.
That's your man. That's your man, Britt.
You're the one
Just
who
remember
brought it
that. You claim him.
So anyway, yeah, they were great, man. They sounded so freaking good, so good.
I don't.
That place was packed. It was insane. They were so big. Sound wise, man, it hurt, but it was clear.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I really like them.
yeah, and
I
I'm
really, really
stoked
like them.
because some stuff's coming out pretty soon.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
I don't know, but I just did. There's new stuff that is going to come our way eventually.
New things are coming to light. You've heard it? Because it's at the studio you're working
I don't know what
at?
you're talking about, but no, I have not.
'Cause you work at a studio?
I thought I was going to the last time I went to that studio to do
work.
some work, and nothing. I did not get presented with anything, so I don't know what you're talking about.
So you're Joe Tacky's little bitch.
Which they played at the Boiled Out.
I was supposed to bring that up.
What? That I'm his bitch?
Joe paid me $20 to say.
Yeah, I love working there, man. I love that studio. If you haven't checked out Pinkish Black, though, before we move on to the other bands that we saw,
Oh, I'm
if
done.
you've got to go watch Pinkish Black, man.
I'm not breaking down the award showcase. There are other podcasts you can go listen to and do that.
Oh no, I want to talk about what we did though. Like
Okay.
we went to Mass and we saw them, the Methinks, and
Dante, are you up on? This is very stereotypical of me.
Magnolia,
Are you up on Fort Worth
Magnolia
Hip Hop
Street.
at all?
No, man. I actually
You need to check out Rex.
Been following this little local band, but nothing major.
Juma Spears
Not familiar.
or Rex? Yeah, you need to check
You
those
play
guys
some
out.
Rex?
They're really good.
I'll play some real quick.
They're
for
really
you.
really good.
Play that one y'all
We're
played the
gonna
other day, that
try
was
to get
good.
them in because they were cool.
Oh, this is not Rex.
Anyway, you should check them out. And there's what is it?
Oh man.
Republic Us or something like that. God, I can't remember their name. I don't know. I'll tell you after the show. Check out. But I was just wondering
I don't
because
know
the
why.
Fort
I
Worth
tended
hip hop
to-
scene isn't.
Well, that shit we saw the other day, I
loud and
don't
huge.
consider Fort Worth hip hop. I consider this guy Fort Worth hip hop, and the other dude that played before him, that Juma,
Turn up a little bit.
that's Fort Worth.
He's got
Freaking that dude we played last week though. I don't know what that was.
no. That guy last week was trash.
Yeah.
I don't want his guys to kill me though.
Let's do yoga. Then let's get deeper. Then let's move closer.
It's funny because I was talking to about this guy with Jeff, and Jeff goes, the thing that's the coolest about this dude is he's a hippie.
Yeah,
He's just a hippie and he raps.
Link up with the infinite.
He did. I thought it was cool, man.
his EPs are named after seasons. But he's a cool dude.
What was the venue we
We're
saw?
trying to get him in here off the record,
What'd you think of that venue?
like the Dallas one. Bar with the record store.
Is that their PA
It's-
or was that his PA?
I don't know what the hell was going on there because they're having all sorts of issues. Bring it down.
They need to get a full PA and stuff. That'd be awesome. And then the records, to me,
Expensive.
Yeah. Did you look through some of it? There was a couple of records that were a little overpriced, I thought, but I don't know. I bet you they're banking on the fact that you're going to go there and drink, get drunk, and then be like, oh, there's the new Dead Cross. I'm going to pay $31 for it.
Yeah, no, I don't pay $31 for vinyl.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, but so
what else did you want to talk about?
It was
with this?
refreshing though
'Cause
going
you can
to
listen
the
to the Funky Town podcast and
well,
hear what they recorded.
but people want to know what we think, Dustin.
We thought it was good.
Yeah,
It
we're
was
not
awesome.
done. We're not done talking about it.
The me thing we saw.
Where'd we go after that?
Okay, so we started with Convoy.
See, we're doing the whole thing now.
We started with Convoy and the Cattlemen, which are great. Then we went to Rex, Juma and Rex. Then we went to Susie's boyfriend's band. What's the name of the
Earthchild Imperious.
Earthchild Imperious.
Which they're really Pink Floydy.
Yeah.
There was a couple of times where we were listening to them, and I was like, "Dude, they're covering Pink Floyd."
I didn't realize that
Do they cover Pink Floyd, or is that just me?
they should do Pink Floyd.
The me being dehydrated and thinking I was listening to Pink Floyd.
So the next, what I didn't recognize until I was looking at my photos later was that her boyfriend was wearing a Do For It Records shirt.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, the 35,
Yeah, the
Show?
35 didn't one. I was like, oh,
which
tight.
she probably got when we went up there and helped them out with that show, because that's actually a Jerry Jonestown Massacre show too, or a shirt
It
too,
is.
because we're on the back of that. I don't know if you knew that. We didn't get any royalties from that.
James.
That's a hot seller too, James. We want our cash money.
Any Fort Worth bands want to play with the Spectacle on August 17th?
Yeah, I can think of one shit band we can roll out there.
This is the call. Give me a heads up. Anyway,
Yeah. So the I thought it was well attended. You're saying not so much?
No, it
That-
was well
It
attended.
was just where we went.
it was just man, Mass was on point.
Yeah.
that was the place to be, and it's because it's a dark cave and they had good AC.
See, I was thinking the AC would be cranked a little more. I was a little hot.
Well,
Those little amplifiers,
good,
those
yeah.
Methinks guys turn their amplifiers
You-
up to 11.
when you spray the place with smoke, it causes
Yeah.
a CO2 cloud across everything.
I like
very
how-
greenhouse
Greenhouse
effect,
effect in there, yes.
and it heats up.
I like the capes with the Christmas lights on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's an upgrade, right?
It is. Yeah.
And I like our all of us went in to the front of the stage and did this. Hi. Hi, guys. Ray's like, hi, Stubbs. Warren was like, hi, Stubbs. Pockets is
I
like,
walked
"Hi,
in and
man."
saw Marlon at the bar, and he goes, "What do you want to drink?" Like right off the bat, I was like,
Yeah.
well, hi, how you doing too?" It was great.
Let's get to business.
Let's get this. Screw these formalities of saying hello. Let's just get some beer.
Say, yeah. Seth went with us.
Seth did go.
So let me ask you this, guys. My circle of friends have gotten into this new weird thing now where we're starting to take pictures of our penises and sending them to each other. Is that totally gay or totally broski or totally weird?
No judgment here, man. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but you do you, man. You do you.
That's the new thing. That's my friends. I get about 6 pictures of penises a day. Hey,
Cool.
how's it look here? I'm at the ballpark in Arlington right now.
My grandmother used to always say Don't do it if it would make you embarrassed, your mother embarrassed, or your grandmother embarrassed.
I'm at the age where nothing makes me embarrassed.
No, you were
do
part
it.
of this, actually. It's funny that you piped in just then because you were a part of this.
I've got my phone right here,
With
and
a
my
picture-
picture does not show
With a picture
penis.
of someone's penis.
My picture does not show penis. I will show you them all.
I don't
And
want to see any
you
of it.
can look. I'll even show it to the camera because mine does not show penis.
This has been edited.
It
That's
shows,
been edited.
It shows P stream.
That was edited.
If you're looking in here,
That's been edited, and there's probably a true version where your dong is out. It's funny because the looks that I get when I tell Brittany, I'm laughing in the middle of Target.
It is awesome.
She's like, "What are you laughing about?" I'm like, "Oh, Seth sent me a picture of his dick."
now Seth has reached midlife crisis level. And
Yeah.
this is what Jeffrey Chase just sent me. He said I was dressed like
You did.
John Hammond,
You did have a Hannibal Lecter, like the end of
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs look going, and you had him going too. You were fresh off the boat.
I was
weren't you?
fresh off the boat. I was fresh off the boat, ready to go.
You were still mentally on the cruise ship.
I
like
still
you kept,
am.
You kept walking around like this. You were like, "Where's the buffet? Where's the Oceanside buffet?
Where's the casino?
Where's the casino? Where's the pizza buffet? Hey, excuse me, Mr. Lord Jeffrey, can you tell me where the pizza buffet is?"
So it was a good time, right? And
I
the
had a
award
blast,
ceremony is coming
yeah.
up. We'll actually record stuff at the award ceremony.
Yeah,
Your
should be
speech
fun. We're doing
and aren't you
I'm gonna
presenting?
accept it. No, I've never. You always say that every year that I'm going to be a presenter or something, and no, I've never done
Told
that.
Eric that you
No,
need to
I'm not.
present.
Eric,
I
he
said
kiboshed it. He says I
did.
say fuck too much.
Told Eric, I said you need to go up there and you need to have Matt up
Matt-
there. I'll stand up there with him. We'll do a
If I
present,
do,
but you get to
If
present
they
an award.
ever actually ask us to be
They
the
did
host
last
or whatever,
year.
no, not present, but actually be the MC,
Oh no,
I'm straight tuxing it.
Are you gonna do a song and dance routine like the Emmys?
Like Billy Crystal.
yeah,
gonna
or
wear
the
a-
Oscars?
Is it going to be
Sure
a
will.
blue tux? Baby blue?
Uh,
And I wear a red one. A
yeah,
maroon one.
maybe
Better have ruffles. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
it'll
Yeah.
be ruffles. There'll be ruffles.
Ruffles
Yeah.
have ridges.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
So do buttholes.
Wow.
All right, so now we step into what we've all really come here for. And that's World Cup talk. Dante, go ahead.
It's awesome.
Have we all been enjoying it?
That's it. We're done.
Every game, dude.
Yeah, daily.
It was
I haven't seen every
so,
game, but I've seen a lot of it, and
It was
I
tough
love
to
it.
watch it on the boat. I had to go down to the casino, and they had a bunch of TVs set up to watch it, and a pub. They had an English pub.
Oh,
You
nice.
could go on the boat.
We
watch
upgraded
it.
our data plan to unlimited for the World Cup.
Well, see, if you have DirecTV, it's free anyway. You have free
I still
data
got
to
to
your
stream
phone.
it to my phone.
So,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
Is
streamed
there-
to your
oh,
phone.
yeah.
It's free with
Dante,
DirecTV.
is there an actual team that you're pulling for since the U.S. didn't? How is the U.S. doing actually in the World Cup?
Sitting
That's
their
a-
asses
that's
at home.
funny.
Have you
They're-
not?
They're watching it from the house.
Yeah, they're taking it easy. No injuries.
No injuries.
No
Okay, good.
injuries.
Good news is they didn't have to get passports this year.
Okay.
Did you see? Have you seen all the commercials? They crack me up. All the taunting.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Vote
Hey, U.S. I know you're not in the game, but you can. You
All
can
right.
vote for me, Matt Thomas. You can follow Matt Thomas in my soccer team.
All right, Dante, who are you pulling for, man? Or do you give a shit?
Well, I'm partial
Okay.
to Japan.
why?
Honestly. Well, I was born there. I lived there until I was like 9.5.
I know.
So
I'm just telling the viewers,
I'm partial.
the listeners.
But,
For the
so
record, he
I
was born on a military base, so he's actually an American citizen.
Hey, shut up.
Okinawa.
Shut up. Yokota Air Force Base, Japan.
Okay.
But I'm partial just because I lived there for so long, and then they're probably not going to make
Hello.
it. They're probably not going to make it. But
How'd they
I got to
do?
pull for them.
Then they
Well-
destroyed.
Well, they're still
Yeah.
they're still going. If they win tomorrow or draw tomorrow, they're going to get out of the group.
They go
Or
to
not tomorrow.
They go to
Thursday.
16, right?
Yeah, they go around
Thursday.
16. So they're doing pretty good. Like so I figured they'd be just out by now, but they're doing a lot better than I expected. But obviously, I'm going for a lot of countries that have United players as well. So
Man, you people.
God damn it, I'm
Man,
leaving.
you.
Like
Manchester United.
England, which England cranked up the heat yesterday.
yeah,
Was it yesterday?
It
was
was
Sunday.
Sunday.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, today they went 0-0-0.
They didn't play today.
I thought they went. Okay.
So-
they're already through.
It was
Did
6-1.
the Japanese players ever come
Oh,
with
yeah,
like
it was, wasn't it?
like a yeah?
Hey, can you put that up? Your racism.
My
Little
dong?
Sean. Not your racism. Little
Oh.
Sean. Just kidding.
Matt Stubbs.
Put that
Can you-
shit away.
Tuck that in.
Gmail.com
Tuck in your
for your
racism
racism.
today.
Tuck in your racism.
So, what about? So you've watched the England games then, because
Oh,
we've
God.
got 4 players on there,
Yeah.
and the good 4.
Which is going to be interesting because their next game is Belgium. So we're going to have some United players against each other. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah, is Rooney on the field at all? Is he coaching or doing anything with the team?
I haven't seen or heard.
I think he
anything.
sits up in the stands and flips off other
His
players.
ass-
Oh no,
Yeah.
that was today. In
No,
Argentina.
his
That was in
his ass is
Argentina.
over in D.C. getting ready to sign a contract.
Oh, is he about to play in the MLS?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
That's
I'm hearing.
cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gave Everton
What about
one
Mario?
So much for Dallas being winners.
what's his face?
season. Balotelli?
Yeah, what's he doing these days? Is he playing for Italia or is he old now?
Well, I don't think Italy's there.
Italy
first
is
off.
not there.
They didn't
then-
make it either. Neither did
Oh.
the Netherlands. That's three of the.
Oh.
That's 2 of the best
Mm.
teams in the world that didn't even make the World Cup this year.
Neither did Turkey. We found out from a leaf.
Yeah, Turkey didn't make it either. All right, so who are you going for, Jason? Who are you pulling for?
Deutschland.
Oh, Germany, huh?
Yes, sir.
Dustin, I don't even need to ask you.
It's on my chest right here.
Yeah, I'm going for
Deucerland.
I'm going for Iran.
They're-
Oh wait, they
they're
got
done.
the boot.
Mm.
didn't they?
So,
they got beat by Portugal.
There's a really good reason to like Germany.
Portugal the man.
If you like soccer and you like to see technical soccer, like the way it's supposed to be played, Germany does it.
Watch Spain.
That's the way Germany plays.
And Spain.
Spain and Germany. You get a lesson. You get a lesson of the ball moving down as a group, going this way, going that way, going this way, and then
Like
shot.
Pee Wee soccer. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no,
All
they
group.
move in a triangle.
I was gonna say
Oh, yeah.
it's Costa
It's like a
Rica, isn't
triangle.
it? Costa Rica playing Panama.
I'm going for, you guys want to know who I'm going for?
They're not even the same group.
Who's that?
North Korea.
Not
Well,
there.
It's Korea Republic,
Oh.
and tomorrow morning will be Germany versus Korea.
Yeah, that'll
I'm
be the
going for
last
the-
time you see Korea.
I'm going for the Philippines.
It's like 12 or 14 to 1 odds that
If you did the
Korea was going to win.
14 to 1, it's
Yeah.
probably worse than that, wasn't it?
That's what it's sitting at
Probably
right
like
now.
77 to 1.
That's what it's sitting at. Today,
Yeah.
though, was when things started getting good.
Yeah. The matches are the badass match yesterday was Iran and Portugal. That game got chippy towards the end.
Mhm.
Because, like
Hey.
we talked about, there are some belief systems that both those teams really stand
Yeah, you have
for.
a predominantly Catholic team playing a predominantly Muslim team, and they got chippy.
My prayers
It was
were
cool.
My prayers
It was
were
a
not
good
answered.
game, though.
That game
Are there
pissed me off.
any EPL players on Iran? There are.
There's
They're,
gotta be,
they're all
right?
national team, right?
Iran?
In Iran.
There's no Iranian
No.
EPL players.
I
I
don't know
don't
of
think
one.
so. I don't know of any.
Man, they
Iranian
took
players.
it hard, and I felt bad because the Fox just focused in on them for like 15 minutes, crying on the sidelines because they got so close.
Because someone's going to die.
Yeah,
It's
the
not,
I mean, let's
Ayatollah.
be-
They're
Think the
crying.
Ayatollah's going to come in and be like, "That's it,
Jesus.
they
son of a
execute-
bitch."
The team will fly home, and as the plane lands and they deboard, it'll be. Brrr.
You think it's them or their families, though? I mean, like they might be getting off their plane to their families kneeled down.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true too.
Oof.
You did notice today in the Argentina game, Chelsea's goalie wasn't in there.
Mm.
Where'd he go, Mr.
Allison?
Mr. Baldy Man? After he
That's not
completely
Allison. No, Allison's in Brazil. Sorry.
he completely fucked up that last game.
yeah.
I think he's
who,
dead.
Who won? Who won between?
No, he's signing a contract. If
Didn't-
it's Allison, he's signing a contract over in Liverpool right about
Didn't
now.
Egypt and Saudi Arabia play yesterday too?
Yeah, but that was just a shit game. I mean,
They were
both
either
out
way-
There was no
Already,
beheadings,
No, but
No one
Mo
cared.
Salah got a goal.
huh?
That's a Liverpool player for you. That'd
All
be
right,
the-
that's our soccer segment.
that would be the
guys.
number one scorer in the
I feel-
EPL this
I
year.
feel
Thank
bad
you.
for that dude, though, man. That dude, he's such an amazing player, but he's with this national team, and
Yeah.
the rest of them suck. You can't.
Just like Argentina.
I gotta be honest. I was really hoping Argentina would lose today,
I did too.
and we could watch Messi just walk across the.
Man,
He deserves
Pitch.
why
fucking
don't they
better
just?
than that.
I tell you what. Why don't they just
depressed.
cancel the whole tournament and let Ronaldo and Messi just get out in the middle of the field and one-on-one it?
Well, if you look at the way the games are scheduled, there's a chance those two teams may play against each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we may get that.
We'll know more, on Thursday?
I'll tell you what'll happen.
I think we'll know for sure who lines up, but it looks that
Argentina will lose because there's more quality players on Portugal than there
way. It's
are.
an older team.
And Tevez is dying.
I mean, half of them have oxygen tanks hanging off their back.
Mascherano's almost dead. I mean, that's what used to be Argentina, and they're not there
He
anymore.
fucked
So what
up
about
today.
so
Bad.
So what
Did
about
you see
Canada?
that?
How are
He's
they
slow.
doing?
Hey,
No.
G'day, mate.
No, they ain't there.
Yeah, damn it.
Florida's there though.
There's
I didn't know they had a team.
They had a national.
wow.
Yeah, it's funny, you bring that up.
Does
that I had
Tattoo
a-
play for them?
I had a conversation with a person the other day. They didn't.
How's Florida doing?
They were asking about how Barcelona was doing in the World Cup, and it's just like, you do realize that that's a city, right? Like, this is the World Cup. You can't differentiate the difference between a city and
Was that Eric?
They're doing.
Was it Eric?
They're doing just as good as Ibiza.
It's ridiculous. I don't know. I've had to explain that to so many different people though. It's like I can't fathom that a grown ass adult can't differentiate the difference between a city.
90%
Yeah.
of the people in this country don't care.
You know what
That's true.
really threw me off when I went over to Ireland
It
is
makes me
that
insane.
they have nothing to do with soccer.
Who?
They
Really?
have no care because it's all rugby.
Who?
Yeah.
Ireland.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Them, Scotland, and Wales are all huge rugby players or rugby fans. So
So one of the executives at Ali's work was watching. He's from Scotland. He was watching England play their first game, and she was in there. and she's cheering for the white team, and England was in red.
That's racist.
that is highly racist.
England was wearing red, and you're used to seeing England wear they're all white. That's what they wear, but they had to wear their away jersey because whoever they were playing that day was wearing white, and
So she was cheering for the wrong team.
she didn't even know she was. It was like Morocco or something. Who's in that group? Tunisia, Morocco.
Panama and Belgium. Which one was she going for? She didn't know she didn't know who she was cheering for.
She thought she was cheering for England, and the worst part is, he was wanting England to lose because he's from Scotland.
There's some deep
And she's like, she thought she was helping and cheering on for the team that she thought she wanted him to win, and he's like, why are you cheering? It's England,
I was like, why didn't he tell her, hey, it's not the right team?
right? No, she called me. And she goes, what color is England wearing? I was like, red.
I'd cheer for Panama just because of this. Like, this should be their national team song, right? They walk
Yeah.
out. Right?
They have to.
This be greatness.
No,
Why
Freaking-
not?
David's right in front of he does
because
a
of
kick.
that.
Wow.
Because of him go, woo!
Just do the background tracks of him doing all the screams, and that'll tell you everything you need to know.
So Panama's still in it, right?
Everybody's
No.
still in it till the end of this round.
No, they're not. There's already a lot of
Iran
people
got
out.
the boot. Yeah,
Well, they're
Iran's
still
out.
playing. They still get to play.
They get to play, but I mean, they're not.
Well, I mean,
They're
in
not
it.
either.
When I say in it, it means like usually you're talking about in the hunt. It's like a short version of in the hunt. So that's what I mean.
I mean, even if they win,
How-
they're still not going to make the top two. Out of the
No,
group.
they're
How
not.
the how are the sidekicks doing?
Well, I
I
heard.
thought you were a football fan.
I am.
I
I'm
heard
testing these
I heard-
guys' soccer knowledge.
I heard Tattoo
If they're
got a
gonna
hat
come in
trick
here,
last night.
if they're going to come in here and be our soccer professional voices, then they need to be on their A game, and they better have a status report on
I
the
just
sidekicks
gave
and
you
Tattoo.
one.
I can
Tattoo
tell you
got a
about
got a
I can
hat
tell you
trick
about
last
the
night.
Vaqueros.
He did.
Oh.
Yeah, go for it. You got it. I already got Tattoo covered. You got a hat trick
What
last
about the
night.
Kel City Kickers?
Was that their first game? The Vaqueros, was that their first game the other night?
For the season?
Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
because like they're playing at Farrington Field
The Vaqueros?
Where is
across
that?
the street from Casa Manana.
Yeah, they got good steak fajitas.
Yeah, right there on West 7th. I kind of want to go see a game.
Yeah,
I do. I
Who
will.
is this
I'll
and
go.
what are they?
It's Fort Worth soccer team.
For what league?
La Liga?
Yeah.
League
Ela
One.
La Liga.
League One. Spanish team playing for the French league.
Yeah.
How's the French doing?
Viva La Liga.
They're doing good this time.
They're
This
kicking
aren't
ass.
they?
Yeah.
They look good.
France badass.
La Roja playing in Eredivisie. What?
What? I don't know what league that is that the
You know what?
Vaqueros are in.
Here's
but
the
it's-
deal.
It's minor.
To show my support
I just put a
for
national
soccer
team
and
number.
French soccer, if
Oh my
the
God.
French win, I'm going to stop eating Freedom fries, and I'll start eating French fries again.
I eat French toast. I'm not saying a word.
This is what this show's come to, huh? Need another 2 weeks off.
I got a headache, okay? Just think, that dude over there had a dick on the side of his... Wait.
I want to. Let's go. We should line up going to one of those games because they're all
I'd
on the
love to
weekends,
So wait, we have
Well, the
something
next
to talk
game,
about.
next home game is 3 days from now.
which is a weekend, right? What day is
Friday.
that? Is that Friday?
No, Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday.
Friday.
Does this sound
I think
weird?
they're all on the weekend.
You know why it sounds weird? Because I accidentally clicked play after you... And you've got David and Darren fighting it out. So...
Van Halen
One guy
versus
going
Pinkish Black.
and another dude going, wow!
So
Did you hear that?
we have something to hash out here, guys.
What's that? The new football team in San Antonio?
We have an International Champions Cup coming.
We do.
So, are we doing this or not?
Yeah, I'm in.
Because Ellie's like, who's buying the tickets? Let's take care of it.
I need to figure out. I've been busy. I got shit going on. Of course, I could get credentials too.
See, now you're muddying the waters again.
I
Let's
know.
just get the tickets first.
Let's just get the tickets. And then if I get a credential, I'll get a credential. I'll go
Yeah.
down and shoot some, and then I'll come hang out in seats or whatever.
Yep.
It's not like I'm freaking out to shoot it.
Oh, and I do have
I'd
an
rather
announcement
just
to
watch
make.
it.
I have officially
Oh.
indoctrinated
Michael
my
Jackson?
entire immediate family, who two of the three, refuse to even
at a
think
port of
about
entry?
the idea of soccer as being a sport. My daughter was all in from the beginning because she's like me and she's cool. The other two have come around and they are now all in. Father's Day, we sat up from across the pond and watched the whole game. Germany, Mexico.
That's just because they didn't want you to be alone.
No,
Hey, do they have-
enjoyed it?
Do they have fish and chips at across the pond?
Of course they do.
Sweet.
They also have a shepherd's pie if you'd like.
No, just the fish and chips.
They have a full English breakfast that weighs about 4 pounds and is really good.
What's the thing I love? The egg thing. The
The poached eggs?
Irish nachos?
no the Scotch eggs,
yeah, Scottish eggs.
the deep fried eggs,
Yeah, they're like a
deep
hush
fried
puppy
hard-boiled eggs,
egg.
and they have them with chorizo now up there.
That's not very English.
No, that's Tex-Mex.
What the hell?
Tex-English.
Tex-English. Well, it's been fun, guys.
Well,
I've got a headache.
Is that all y'all got? World Cup talk. Tomorrow's a big day. Germany's playing.
I'll be
Brazil's playing. Mexico's playing.
Tomorrow
I'll tell
will
you
be a
what,
big
this
day.
World Cup has been nice with it being on the same approximate time zone, being just far enough away, just perfect time zone away that we're getting them at the right time of the day to make easy to watch.
And by
Yeah.
3 o'clock, you're done.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're done.
It's cool.
But
Yeah, you can do
that's
everything.
one of the biggest points about watching EPL, any soccer in Europe. We're done by noon, folks. We may have to get up a little early, but we're done by noon. We get the rest of our weekend.
Okay.
To go play airsoft.
Yeah.
I checked out. I got to talk to you in a minute.
Oh, I got to show you what I got.
Oh, God. I went and held the M4 today.
I have one. Carbon, I'll go get it here. All right, so we done? Dante, you got anything? You got any radical opinions you need to throw at us? Do it. We love having you in.
I got nothing, man. Got nothing. I got kids and shit. I got no radical opinions. this
Pops. I
time.
can see your picture. Pops. Hang out with Pops a lot. Enough.
Throwing bones down.
Yeah.
I haven't thrown bones down in a while.
You know what we need to do? We need to go to Austin because he's been talking
Okay.
about getting some barbecue down there. He's been wanting to go to Franklin's.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Can we
should
hit
do
salt?
that.
We
What's
could
the other
do
one that I
that.
like down
We could do
there?
that. I'll take you
Salt
down there.
Lake?
We'll take you down there to Roll and Smoke. See what you think.
That's in Austin?
Yeah, it's good.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Well, you've been to Micklethwaite's, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so where Hotel Vegas is, like 2 blocks, 3 blocks over, something like that. I mean, it's just across the way. That's
so
my cousin, his buddy's little.
All right. Well, I'm warning you. My dad's a bit much. Like he's it's a bit much.
You
makes
say
me
that
happy.
with wore out eyes.
I think I like him already.
Oh.
Jeez. Yeah, I got to take him in doses, man. But
That's your dad. It's different.
he's fun. He's fun for you guys. You know, he's like, hey, new
So he
people,
likes white
cool.
people.
Oh, God damn it, Stubbs.
But yes, he does.
That's the best answer I've heard in a while. That was awesome.
No, he's he'd be fun for you guys because you get to go home and shit. And I got to take him back, But no, it's cool. We should do that, man. For sure.
I'm down.
We're always up for an Austin trip. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. Was thinking about possibly this weekend, but my world's been turned upside down right now, and I can't leave. We'll get more on that later.
Oh, fuck Man City.
Okay.
Fuck
Okay.
all of Manchester.
Okay.
Hey,
what are you gonna do?
Whoa,
What are
whoa.
you gonna
do? Friend of my friend
Okay.
is my-
Okay. We'll
Or
see
any
you
of
next
my
season.
enemies.
Exactly right. But my enemy's still my enemy.
You can't.
Pretty sure we're still stacked.
Matt, you can't retort. It'll be a hate crime.
True. I
So
can't.
Wow.
I'm on your side. We're the same team.
True.
You could do it to me too.
Yeah. Is that an Arsenal jersey? Oh no,
It's no
City. I mean,
No.
Manchester United.
No,
Not
it's
even
not.
Not even
Read it.
Arsenal's claiming
Germany.
jerseys right
It's
now.
Germany. It's from
The
the, last
Gunners
World
are
Cup.
hiding.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here, right?
Nice Liverpool jersey.
Thank
Over
you.
there, the big orange one.
Yeah.
You want me to
Fuck
go
yeah.
get? You,
Get my raffle.
you want me to go get?
I thought that was. You know what I thought that he was wearing? That Justin Timberlake shirt.
That's
that
the man of the
Jennifer
woods.
bought. Yeah, Brittany.
I have 7 Manchester United jerseys now.
7.
Just for the record, looks like Eric's jumped in with a little comment for himself. F Man City.
Ooh.
Man City, Man City.
I still need to hang up the scarf where it's divided right down the middle. Man City on your side and United on my side. Did you get one of those?
It makes it easier to burn if you'll
From the
get
Houston
it stretched
game?
out.
I didn't get one.
It's great.
All
All
right,
right.
mine. It sits in the corner of the closet, hidden.
Why?
Because it's a reminder that I have it, which is
You
good.
gotta wave that thing proudly, man. Just on the red side, though.
I'm glad we went out on a high note. Soccer.
You know, it's
Football.
always high. Well,
Football.
send us your emails. Next week we have.
Oh, we have an email actually that we need to do real quick because it's about production, and you've been asked this before. All right, ready? This is from.
This
Play
is
me
how
the
we're getting
email.
the show.
Play me the email.
So
I
this
don't
is-
have a drop.
This is a story about production
All right,
when
ready?
we're actually producing.
I thought I was
don't
pretty
have all that
hip.
shit
This
open.
is
I
for
started
you.
closing things
This
down.
is for you. This is from Johnny
football.
Bobani. Okay.
Johnny Obani.
No. Is that code for Obama? Is he emailing our show now?
I don't know.
All right, yeah, it's
What
from
you just
Obama.
said.
Says, I thought I was pretty hip
That's
to
racist.
pop culture, and I know where most of those sound clips that you use are from. But for the life of me, I can't figure out what that one y'all have been using has come from.
Oh my god!
It's the one that says something about the black man walks across the desert and the gunslinger follows. What is that from? That's to you, Dustin.
The Man in Black. Shit. I've had rum.
Red
I've had
Pants.
island rum
Red Pants.
a lot. The Man in Black. Something across the desert and the gunslinger follows. What the hell is it? It's from the
Is it reading?
gunslinger.
The Dark Tower?
The Dark Tower. The
Yeah.
gunslinger. I was trying to find it.
Is it a reading?
Yeah.
Like an audiobook version of it?
Kill Pinkish Black.
Okay, hang on. Let me find Pinkish Black.
We always use it to be in a show. We didn't this
Yeah.
time because I wanted to get right into
I was
it.
hoping that you would, because then it reminded me that we had the
The
email.
man in black fled
That one.
across the
Fled.
desert, and the gunslinger followed.
That one. It's
This
the,
has been brought to you by...
that is
Geist
the first lines of The Dark Tower by Stephen King.
And that's an audio clip from the audiobook. Read by
Now we're gonna get sued.
Anakin Skywalker, right?
I think that was Anakin Skywalker. I think you're right. You're right on the money on that. So
Are
Yeah.
you looking it up, or are we done with the show?
We're done
Are you
with
trying
show.
to find
That's
the
it.
delete
Does
button?
he have anything else? I'm trying to figure out.
No,
how
that
to
was
delete
it.
the
He
show.
didn't send us any pics, if
All
that's
right.
what you're asking.
So we'll be back in 2 more weeks, right?
Thanks for the email, Johnny. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
So next week is our buddies Mountain of Smoke coming in.
Yeah, they
They've
have
got
a new
a new
addition to
album.
their band, too.
They have a new addition to their band. They have a new album coming out here, not this weekend, but next. And we're gonna hear some of it. And we're gonna talk to those boys, see what they've been up to.
Yeah.
And then after that, who knows? We haven't booked anybody else, have we?
No. Can I take time out real quick to say thank you for my shirt?
Oh, you're welcome.
Jason, thanks for coming on the show and wearing your orange
Justin Timberlake
Liverpool
jersey.
shirt.
Thanks, sir.
Dante, it's always a pleasure to have you in. You
Anytime,
actually
sir.
bring knowledge to
Whenever
our
you
show.
get free time, just come on in.
Konnichiwa.
Doi Taishimashite.
Damn it! I wish
Arigato.
I could do that.
I know, never
Damn it, man.
Sturm.
I don't speak German.
He doesn't either.
I do too. Do.
Host.
Do host.
All right, bye-bye, guys. I got a headache. I got to go
Host, man.
masturbate.
That helps?
Neat.
That's we end the show. All right. Killing the chat room. It's been fun. Thanks for everybody coming out, hanging out in there. Sorry. We got to get back in the swing of things. It's been a couple of weeks. Peace out. You are now off air. And then we stop.